Hello, hello. Welcome to Dodster Talk, episode 12. I am here with my great friend Sienna.
Hi.
This is totally a last minute decision. I still have work at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it is 11:30 right now. But
Yeah, and we're making feeder content for
yeah,
you freaks out there.
they're smashing on some pizza. Of course, we're joined by Veronica. She just can't be on camera because I'm trying to figure out the setup. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty. Yeah, there she is. Yeah. It took me forever to even start this fucking episode because I couldn't. Technical difficulties, man.
Much
It's a pain in the dick running a podcast. It really is sometimes.
Everyone thinks, hey, let's start a podcast.
in here
There's
right now.
more to that. There's
It's-
more to just starting a podcast. It's a lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of time.
It's so much time, dude. And then even to sit and try and think of like what you're gonna do for a whole episode.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck am I even gonna talk about right now, dude?
No, yeah, and with the generation, it's that joke where it's like, hey, let's start a podcast. 'Cause everyone thinks they're fucking funny now.
Right, yeah.
You tell one joke at the friend gathering, and they're like, I can totally start a podcast. And it's like, can you, Deborah?
Maybe you shouldn't.
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy, bro.
Your setup is fire, honestly.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's
I
good.
put a lot of thought and work into it.
I can tell. It's like it's soundproof and everything.
Right.
Like I would never think to do this, and you did it.
It's a whole vibe, dude.
I like it.
And I like the lasers and everything because like what my original intention with the podcast was to do something where I set up like where we could take like music breaks. Like I could play what do they call it? It's royalty free music. I
Okay.
think they actually have like music apps where you can download them and listen to just royalty free
Okay.
music.
It's like almost like lo-fi music, where it's just like tunes, where it's like, like it's just like
Right.
instrumental type music. Yeah.
I've even thought about
elevator.
the elevator music, but I've even thought about just DJing elevator music on my podcast somehow.
You should.
Like, I've been trying to come up with creative ways to like incorporate it because I fucking love music and I love going to music festivals and doing all that shit. And I want to figure out a way to like try and blend it together.
Yeah, you're the rave daddy and the rave mommy over there. So
Yeah.
I think that's the perfect idea.
I've been called rave daddy so many fucking times, dude.
It's actually the first time I've been called rave mommy though, and I like it.
Yeah, it's the
Thank
first
you.
time you were actually tied in with me, and we appreciate that.
Rave daddy.
Yeah.
We're starting something here, guys. Okay.
hmm
Like this is rave mommy, rave daddy talk.
Right.
Not start talk anymore.
Yeah, it's both of us now.
Both of you guys now.
Just deal with it.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I think it's like making your own music would be a good start because then it's like, who are they gonna give royalties to? You.
Right.
Like, let's do it.
Right.
I love that. Okay, so what are we talking about today? I think we want to talk about toes, sex,
Pigs.
sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
I mean, every podcast ever. I'm honestly, but it's like we're gonna do it here now.
Yeah.
Pigs.
No, you're probably like one of the best guests I've had because you know how to just keep a conversation going, dude.
No dead ass.
It's hard being the one that's in control of like trying to figure everything out with the episode, making sure the camera angle's looking good,
Yeah.
make sure the audio's coming in good, and then you have a guest that's like very unresponsive,
Hi.
Yeah.
and you have to think of everything to say to keep the episode
Yeah.
going,
It's
and
like
it's
having a
difficult.
conversation with the fucking rock. I
Yeah.
get it.
It's very tough, dude.
Yeah,
It's very tough.
it's like a trauma response, honestly, guys. It's like I don't like when there's just silence. So now
Me
I'm
too.
like, let me think of the most absurd shit to say. So they're like, who the fuck is this chick? What the fuck did she just say? And I'm like, you guys ever have a dream that you're mustard and I'm ketchup? Some chowder shit. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, me neither. I'm just trying to fill a void, buddy.
No, but it's fucking awesome, dude. I love it.
Yeah, it's like abandonment issues. I don't want to be abandoned in this conversation right now.
Right,
so.
right. Well, no,
Whatever.
even the first time I met you, it was like you did something. And you're like, oh, dude, I just farted over there and it fucking stinks. And I was like,
she did that to me too.
I was like, this chick is awesome, dude. I need to be friends with her immediately.
Just became best friends.
Yeah, right.
It's because I'm like scared because I'm like I don't want to be that person that farts and like not say anything about it.
You don't want to be a denier.
Yes, and then
Same.
everyone's like, girl just fart? I just want to be like, I farted, and I'm gonna say it now.
I farted,
Yeah,
but
I did.
I farted, but I nearly sharted. So suck a
Yes,
dick.
honestly, I have to go to the bathroom because there could be skid marks. There could
Oh
be
my God, bro.
like fucking Dukes of Hazzards back there right now. Let me go check real
Dukes
quick.
of Hazzard, bro.
Hold on, eater break.
Honestly,
Oh,
all the things that come out of your mouth.
hold on. I could zoom in on you while you do an eater break.
Eater break.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Pizza.
This is for all my horny viewers right now, dude. Yeah, here, hold
I'm
on.
eating, but I'm not doing all that.
All right, Sienna. So
Was that good?
no, hold on. It's about to get a lot better.
Oh, a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's the garlic crust. Oh yeah.
Oh
Mm.
yeah. No, you gotta stuff a bigger bite than that. That was a pussy bite. Oh yeah, deep throw that bread. Fuck yeah, dude. You got it. That was awesome.
Eater breaks every 5 minutes.
Subscribe to our not OnlyFans because I don't have one.
Yeah, we don't have that just yet. We don't have that yet. Okay, capitalize on that shit.
Yeah. Well, me and V have actually thought about starting one a couple of times.
You
But-
should, because every person who's Gen Z starts one, so you should.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just pretty standard with the generation.
Honestly, yeah, the boomers are turning in their urns right now.
Oh yeah, they're pissed.
They're literally so pissed.
My mom's actually one of my number one supporters of my podcast, and she's gonna be
Yeah.
watching this, being like,
Oh,
"What
God.
the fuck,
Gross.
Ryan? No,
She's like, honey, what's eaters content?
no."
Like,
My
you
mom,
don't want to know, Miss Ryan.
Miss Ryan.
Mrs. Dodd, Mrs. Dodd,
You don't want to.
Mrs. Dodster.
You don't want to know. Oh no.
No, she's heard me say some crazy shit on this podcast already. I mean, me and my mom are super cool. Like she'll talk to me about anything, and I'll talk to her about anything. It's
Understanding.
yeah. It took a while for us to get there, for sure. Though we've had some rocky moments in our relationship, our dynamic, and everything. But
any adults, any new adults with their parents, it's like you're gonna have a rocky relationship from like
until you can
16
get
to
to
like 30. Then you start like appreciating your parents. where
oh,
it's like,
appreciating the
No,
fuck out of them, dude. I love my parents so much.
yeah. Once
You
you
know
hit
what I mean?
30, it's like, I mean, I'm not 30 yet. Fuck off. I'm not 30 yet, but
The one thing though that my parents always said when I was younger is
Mhm.
they were like, when you get older, you're gonna realize we were right.
yes,
No,
No.
no.
it went away though.
There was just a lot of things that happened or were done that I know should have been done differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
feel
Like,
that.
like they're not always right about everything, because if you really think about it, we're all just kids having kids, bro. Like
Yeah.
nobody's perfect, and you're not always gonna be right.
It's that generational trauma for sure.
Right. And it's like previous generations always made it as like a law that the parent is always right no matter what. And no, it's like sometimes you're fucking wrong, dude. I'm sorry.
And that's what I
know?
love about our generation now is because we're very like, you know what? We're going to do what we want to do, and we don't care about what anyone else before us is going to say
And
about it.
Right.
Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I have boomer parents. They were born in the fucking 60s.
Mhm.
And a lot of my friends have like Gen X parents, but they're like kind of close where it's like they're very like, it's my way or the fucking highway, and you're going to do what I say. And it's
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not
Well,
going to do that.
I up until the age of 5, I was actually in a Mormon household.
I did
My
not know that.
my grandparents are Mormon. Well, my grandma is. My grandpa unfortunately passed away.
Mormons at my doorstep. I never knew a Mormon in real life.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It's basically just like extreme Christianity, and their religion is their entire fucking life.
No, yeah. Wait. Okay, no, it's Jehovah's Witness that don't celebrate holidays, or is that Mormon too?
No, Mormons celebrate holidays.
I think it's Jehovah's Witness. Okay.
So-
There it is, no offense.
So Mormons, they don't drink caffeine. They don't ever curse. They don't drink alcohol. They obviously
They have no fun.
no substances. They like the no caffeine thing is
Mhm.
because it's addictive. Anything considered addictive, they will not allow you to do it. You're not supposed to at all.
I
It's
wouldn't-
crazy. It's super strict. And they have
not.
like another version of the Bible called the Book of Mormon.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
heard that, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I mean, the Book of Mormon just doesn't make any sense to me to begin with, because in the
Yeah.
Bible, you're not supposed to make like a reiteration or your own version of what the Bible is.
No, yeah.
So inherently, it already comes off like it doesn't really make that much sense now,
Yeah.
does it? You know?
So did your parents follow? Like,
No.
or were they just like, I don't?
My mom was just like, nah, dude.
Yeah. Is your dad Mormon too, or no?
No, my dad grew up in Cicero, bro. Like yeah.
I love that you said that.
Yeah.
Like, we
Not
all know
Cicero.
what that means.
Yeah. So for anybody unfamiliar with Chicago, Cicero is like a
Mhm.
west side town outside of Chicago that's like very hood, you know. Like there's parts of Cicero that are pretty cool, but like most of it's like yikes.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
Cicero's tough.
Yeah, my dad grew up in the south side of Chicago.
Mm.
Oh my God. And he was born like 64.
No
And
shit.
so he's like the cusp of like a boomer. And the stories he would tell me, like my parents aren't very
He was
religious, but
very young, right around like the crack epidemic, huh?
oh yeah.
With a
Like,
huge shift in your community, right?
Yeah, it's like he would say there would be crackheads running through the house. Like you would just like be watching fucking Soul Train, and you would have a crackhead run through your house with the cops following. It was just like a normal thing.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
And then
dude.
they would just see dead bodies on the street.
Constantly, probably, and it's crazy because
that's wild.
I feel like before crack hit like a lot of black communities, it seemed like it was more like family oriented, and there was like a strong sense of community, and there wasn't a lot of violence.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, crack hit the scene, and like all these other drugs came along with it.
Yeah.
And it just like destroyed the community, man. It's heartbreaking.
No, yeah. Definitely back then during like that time for my dad, but
what made me realize that was when I watched Snowfall. Have you ever heard of that show?
no. Wait. Yes.
It's on Hulu.
I've heard of it, but I think it's like in my save. I've never seen it.
That's a
It's
good watch. You
fantastic.
should watch it.
It's
good?
fantastic. One of the best shows I've seen in years. I would honestly compare it up to like Breaking Bad levels of
Okay.
TV.
Is it like set during that time period, or
Yes.
like?
I honestly think it's better than Breaking Bad.
It is
Ooh.
because Breaking
Yeah.
Bad has a lot of very like episodes that are completely fucking pointless.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
it's such a slow burn sometimes.
Filler
It
episodes.
really is though, because I
And-
tried watching it. Sometimes I can't. It's
Yeah.
so slow.
And Snowfall is not like that at all. It's just like
Mhm.
every episode you're just hooked.
It's got awards too, right? I swear, I've seen
I
like
think so.
yeah, I've heard it like come up and like
It's definitely not as popular as it should have been.
Okay.
You know, I don't see enough people talking about it. I'll bring it up to so many people and they're like, you know, they're like, I might have heard about it, but like,
yeah.
it's one of those shows that people should know. Like Breaking
Yeah.
Bad, everybody knows fucking Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's really good watch. You should
Yeah.
watch it and let me know what you think.
I'm down. How old are your parents?
My mom's very young. She had me when she was 17.
Why?
My biological dad, I don't even know.
Why?
Yeah, there's no
So
relationship
he
or
went
connection.
for milk and never came back type shit, or like
Oh,
she was
no.
never part of the life.
It was. I'm trying to put it as like innuendo, but there's not really a clever way to put it because he was really fucked.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
I realize how many people have daddy issues.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's honestly insane.
Would you say I have daddy issues? Do you think so?
If your
I
daddy
don't
was
think
around,
that they
you do.
necessarily reflect in your life now.
Right.
But as far as like the relationship with him, yeah, you have. daddy
Oh, it was
issues.
awful, dude.
Yeah.
He was not a good father at all.
More than
He's
issues, I would say.
he's like a homeless crackhead somewhere right now.
Yeah.
And he was very abusive in multiple different ways, not only to me but to my mother.
Yeah.
Me not so much like physical, but
Mhm.
other ways.
No, yeah. I think that it still counts, like physical, mental, whatever.
I
it
had
is,
all of
it's
the
like,
above from mine.
oh yeah. It's definitely
all of the
dads-
answers that you could think of.
the-
Yes.
I don't know what drugs they were taking back then, because I know those motherfuckers were on drugs, but it reflected into being a parent, and they are
Yeah.
terrible parents.
They're terrible.
Oh my
You-
god.
you can't- If you're having kids and you're still just a drug dealer and you don't have any other like day job at least,
Yeah.
ugh,
You
figure
probably-
your shit out,
You
man.
probably shouldn't be nutting in women.
No,
So.
at least if they're not on like birth control or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
keep
even
it
in
the
general,
populating like crazy.
keep it in the
I
right
know.
ways.
I feel
And
like
so young, because my mom had me young too. I mean, she was 19, but still, nobody. It seems like our parents most of the time didn't even make it to their 20s before they started having kids.
right.
And that's the thing. My parents didn't have kids until they were in their 30s because my mom did
Yeah.
not want to have. We were all accidents. My mom
I
was
was an
born.
accident.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my mom
yeah.
was born 63. My dad was born 64. My dad wanted kids. My mom did not. She was like, I'm my own person. I want to fucking make money and do hoe shit,
And
you
just have
know,
fun.
and just have fun. I
Right.
don't want any kids ever. And then my dad knocked her up like 3 times.
Oh
So
man.
how much was an accident, really? I don't know.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
He knocked her up like 3 times. And eventually, she was a great mother. Don't get
Oh,
me.
she was. That's
Oh my
awesome.
gosh,
That's
she was
fantastic.
fire. I've never had mommy issues, like not that I know of, but I never had mom issues. She was a great mom,
Right.
but definitely the dad was definitely like, oh, you're a piece of shit. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
And you're the one that wanted to have kids?
Right, right.
Crazy. So crazy
It
to
is
me.
crazy to me. Like I
Yeah.
meet a lot of dudes that are just scumbags, and it's like they
Mhm.
just want to knock bitches up, and it's like,
Yeah.
why, bro?
What is it?
What?
It's like a breeder kink too. A
Yeah,
little bit.
it is
It's
a breeder
little
king.
bit.
Because
They
there's
want to
no
spread their
freedom.
seed around the world, and it's like you are a
Yeah.
scumbag. You are just spreading scum.
Oh yeah, I got like 7 baby mamas. Like,
Why are you
Yes.
oh, how
proud of
many you
that?
got?
It like,
He's
bro,
Mama and counting. I'm like,
right?
and counting?
I got 6.5, still working on one right now.
Oh,
He's like, I have 3 in counting right now,
He's got
so
the
let's
high
keep
school
going.
work.
Legit. It's like a video
Like,
game for them.
dude, I want to punch you in your teeth.
No, dead ass. But
in
definitely
the balls.
definitely I do like I always see, like TikTok videos where like they're showing like different generations like parenting,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the funniest thing because they're always like showing like Gen Z. They're like, you're not slaying right now, and I'm like, that is so funny.
You're not slaying right
You're
now,
not
dude.
slaying, and I'm gonna ban you off your TikTok account. I'm gonna turn off your phone bill and blah blah blah.
Like, yo, dude, if your dad treated me that way, I would crash out.
literally. And I think it's like yeah, it's a little bit true. Like we are more like I don't know, like we are like functional parents, but also we're like a little weird. But I do feel like our generation, I know it sounds so crazy, is so much more superior than the other ones.
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
yeah.
Especially boomers.
oh, I'm so glad they're dying off.
I hate boomers.
Yeah, honestly.
So
so
glad
I
do.
they're dying. Even though
Hate them.
my parents are boomers, but I'm so glad they're dying off. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Like yes, your time is over. Your reign is done.
Because
Yeah.
they are the ones I think that have really royally fucked everything the worst, and they blame
Environment, everything.
they blame everybody else the most. They
Yes.
blame us, and we were born into
They
this shit.
give us all the problems and then blame us for those problems that they gave
Yeah.
us.
Like, oh, you don't want to work and you don't want to solve the issues to our problems, and you're a little bratty piece of shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude.
Yeah. Because it's like I mean, I feel like the best generations are a little bit more Gen X and Gen Zs, just because I feel like Gen Xs are very like hardcore. They're like they're so like money oriented. Like they're so like mindful where they're like, I'm gonna go do this and I'm gonna get it done. They're very like get done people.
Yeah,
Like Gen X people are so like, I'm gonna put my mind to it and get it done. I don't care how I do it.
Right.
I'll work 4-6 jobs. I think it's great. Like
they're very driven.
they're very driven, yes. And then millennials are just very like, I don't know. To me, all my millennial friends, they have like 1,000 fucking kids and don't know what to fucking do with them.
I'm a millennial.
Are you really? How old are you?
28.
Oh yeah.
What? I was saying I'm 27. So
Oh yeah, you're like a cusp.
She's like half and half.
Yeah. So I just turned 26. Like
Okay.
a lot of the millennials I know, they're like they were born like in the 90 or like 80 something.
I was 96.
Yeah, everyone like
Mm.
95 to 90 or a little bit like into the 80s. They all have like 1,000 kids.
Yeah,
and they're
no.
just, and they're just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with myself.
A lot of my generation, it was like, it seems like they're very confused and lost.
Yeah, they're like a little lost.
Yeah.
And I think it's because
hate
of
my
those Gen
life.
X. Yeah. It's like those Gen X boomer parents where they're like pushing so hard for
Yeah.
them to be a better version of them to where now they're like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was being shoved down their throats
Yes. And so-
their whole childhood.
Yeah, and I mean I fuck with like millennials and stuff like that. I think half of my friends are millennials, but I do see that as like a parent aspect. They don't know how to parent their kid. They either have badass little kids or they're gentle parenting.
Oh,
Right.
dude, gentle parenting makes me so angry.
No,
I know.
gentle
When I was-
parenting is a joke.
When I worked at the
Such a
daycare
joke.
that I worked at, a lot of those parents, even the daycare, provided gentle parenting. with
Yeah.
each
It doesn't
one.
work.
It doesn't work. It
Yeah.
drives me nuts. The kids are nothing but spoiled rotten.
Yes.
Gentle parenting doesn't do anything. It
Yes.
doesn't.
No.
We all have like iPad kids and just very
Oh my
like
God.
I'm gentle. I'm like,
Like
I hate you.
I don't agree with gentle parenting, but I also don't agree with strict parents
yeah,
either.
like I get the concept of gentle parenting. I do. It's like, yes, you're trying to be better than what your parents did.
but you're trying too
sometimes-
hard.
Yes, sometimes your kids need to get their ass whooped,
The-
bro.
they need a smack. They need you to yell at them.
yeah.
They need you to let them know that they fucked up if they fucked up.
yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a time and place for having reasoning and understanding and having like being civil. But there's also a time and place when you need to let like your animal side out a little bit and be like, you need to shut the fuck up and listen to me right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there are moments where it's like that
Yeah, no, the kids literally run over their parents like they're
because
nothing.
they're gentle
Because they
parenting,
can.
and it's like,
Because they
no,
can.
you're
They get
just
away
being
with it.
you're just being a pushover as a parent.
Yes. And
You
I
know?
see that so much in like millennials. Their kids literally run their life.
Mhm.
They literally, I see them. They're like, their kids are up to like 3 a.m. on their fucking iPads or whatever they have, and they're like 6 years old. I'm like, why is your kid up at 11, 12 p.m. on their phone? Well, I just give Timmy creative freedom. Shut the fuck up. Creative freedom? What the fuck does that even fucking mean? Put his ass to bed, bro. What
Right.
the fuck? Like,
Yeah, no, it's
they're
literally
trying
worse.
so hard to not be their parents. It's like making
Let's
it worse
be
for them.
friends. I'm friends with my kids.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
it's
a
ugh.
cool mom.
Oh,
I'm
the-
a cool mom.
Oh my god, the friends like the parents that are friends with their kids situation is so crazy.
Yeah.
I've been in high school and I had friends in high school tell me that they would do lines of blow with their mom.
See, and that was cool when you're like younger than 18, but when you become adult, it's like
You look back
there's
on it
something wrong with you.
and that's fucked.
yeah, I need you to be my parent, not my fucking best friend.
Right,
You're my
right.
mom, you're my dad.
My mom,
What?
not the drug usage, but my mom was extremely like that. She needed to tell me all her drama, all her stuff, like we were
Yeah.
friends.
But it's the young parents because my mom would
Yeah.
do a lot of the same things. She would tell me about the drama. She would tell me about the relationship with
Yeah.
my stepdad, which my stepdad I consider my actual father
Yeah.
because he's
Yeah.
I adore him. He's everything to me.
I always think, like, I see a lot of people who are like, oh, my step parent, blah, blah, blah. Like, they hate their step parent. I would kill for a step parent.
Right.
Like, I feel like step parents always step it up. And I mean, I
yeah.
get.
Oh
there's-
no, honestly, my
yeah.
step parents are better than my parents.
Yes. And I mean, I get there's some situations where your step parent is a complete asshole. And sometimes
Oh, yeah,
they
it can
treat you
happen.
like,
It can happen.
very bad. Like,
But-
sexual
But I
harassment
noticed that
bad.
there are some ungrateful ass motherfuckers that have a actual really shitty parent. But then they have a step parent that's trying to be there for them and trying to be the parent that they
Yeah.
need, and they don't appreciate it. They still
Yeah.
refer to them as their step parent, or they call them by the first name.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, like they're trying to be your mom or dad or
Yeah.
whichever gender it is. Like, you need to at least try and respect that a little, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck you, Dale.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not fucking listening to you. You're not even my dad.
You're my dad, bro.
I live in your house, but you're not even my dad, dude.
And
Fuck
They've
you.
been around for like 15 years. It's like, that's your daddy.
And his actual dad or mom or whatever
Yeah.
is locked up in fucking prison
Mhm.
or is
I'm
like
like,
a
if you see
hooker
your
or
step-
whatever.
Yeah, have you seen your step parent more than your actual parent? They are your parent.
Exactly.
Fucking
Exactly.
For real, bro.
Or whichever one pays the fucking bills and puts food on the table for you. That's pretty much your
Yeah.
parent.
And, like,
Honestly, I mean, that's how I am with, like, I call him Eddie, but the only reason I call him by his first name is because I've always called him that.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
is my dad.
It's what you're-
100%. I do claim him
Oh,
as
yeah.
my father.
Mhm.
He's been there for me my whole childhood. And, like, he's a dope person. He's there for me.
No, you've always said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I love him to death. But I call him Eddie because I've just always called him by his
What you're
first
comfortable
name.
with, yeah.
Yeah, but, like,
It's not as a sign of disrespect.
right. It's
Yeah.
not. And we're just on the same level about things that I'm able to call him that. But, like, you know who, my mom's dude. I call him by his first name He,
Yeah.
when we first met, used to say that I needed to call him at least stepdad or dad or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, no, hard pass. You're
You
not my
can't
dad.
force that on
If
a
you're not
kid.
gonna act
No.
like somebody who genuinely cares about me and is there for my well being,
Yeah.
then no, fuck you, not happening.
Yeah, you can't force that on a kid. You gotta let them like.
Like, you're not my
accept that.
dad.
The thing that my stepdad, he never did that, and it is rough growing up with a stepdad because you do always have it in the back of your mind, like, oh, I'm not even your blood, like I'm not even actually related. It's there, but I saw what he would do for my mom, and I saw what he would do for me, and I knew I just had to give him the respect because he didn't have to do any of that. He didn't owe like me anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he still did everything he possibly could for me. And even as a young kid, I at least had that level of understanding because I saw how my own actual blood father was towards me.
Yeah.
I saw how manipulative he was, how abusive he was.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of like where like the trauma starts too, because you kind of think to yourself like subconsciously as a child, if this random person can treat me so well, but a person that I actually come from
right.
treat me so poorly and badly, like
What does it matter?
Like what matters anymore?
Right.
Who can I trust?
That's why I've always been the type of person, like the people that I consider my friends are actually like family to me.
Yes.
Because friends can be there
Yeah.
for you more than your family ever could.
Yes. And
Yeah.
that's like a thing I always say too, as being a Leo. Astrology, baddie.
Oh
But
my
like
God.
as being a person from trauma, to me, my friends are my family. And I
Right.
take my friends very seriously, where it's
Same.
like an unhealthy like it's almost like a relationship I treat my friendship as. Because it's like, to me,
It
my
means
friends
a lot more.
are like my family.
Yeah.
They are. And I'm still in contact with my dad. We talk once in a while for my siblings, and my dad's like, "You need to stick with family. Like family, blood is the only person you can be with." And I'm like, "No, I've created my own family." He's like, "Oh, you think your friends are gonna be there for you? They're gonna leave you." I'm like, "You're my own dad, and you left me, so I'm gonna put hella trust in these people I don't know.
Right.
'Cause what else do I have to lose?"
Right.
You could even been like, well, where have you been? What the fuck
Exactly.
do you know what they have already
Blood is
been there
so
for me
much
for?
thicker. Sure, dude.
What is it?
My life got restricted already on TikTok.
It was your ass.
It was not. It happened like probably 30 minutes after. It was probably our conversation. It takes
Still up, but
hold the mic closer to your mouth.
it's probably restricted from minors.
Oh,
Oh, I mean that's
It's still active right now.
Oh, it's still active.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How many
you're still
viewers do I
live.
even have? 2.
Dose.
That's probably her and like one other person then.
I'm even on there.
Oh, you're not. Oh, so it's 2 other actual people.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, thank you, my 2 viewers. I'm sorry if you've been leaving any comments.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm sorry if you guys have been leaving any comments on the live.
It was the eater's break.
It's a little difficult to navigate all this stuff because Veronica's also going live. I'm going live, and I'm recording this episode. If anybody that's watching, nobody has anybody commented at all. The whole. That's okay. Then whatever, dude. Just look at my bio on TikTok, and you'll see my YouTube channel. That's where you can see the episode. It'll probably be uploaded in the next like 3 to 4 days.
Love that.
Oh, Joey, be careful. You're knocking the tripod around.
Put your pants up, buddy.
You got your whole ass out,
Got
Joey.
the Calvin Klein. But yeah, the trauma, generational trauma is insane.
You said what?
The generational trauma is insane.
Yeah.
We're all, and honestly, I feel like a lot with Gen Zs, we're all like, I don't want kids. I've seen that a big where it's like
I'm on the fence, bro.
Yeah, the
at
amount
this
of people
point.
who are like, I don't want kids. Where I feel like
It's increased a lot.
it's so
I think a lot of people are coming to the realization like there's just like too much wrong with the world to keep to keep bringing more people into it. We have a lot that we need to fix and figure out before
Yeah.
we could keep spreading the population right now.
Yeah.
Because the more people,
Yeah.
yeah, everything is
yeah.
ridiculously
It's
expensive.
too, like, kids are expensive in general. Like, I want kids. I've always wanted kids.
Yeah.
It's always been a dream of mine, at least one,
Yeah.
just to
You know,
experience it for myself. But
it is probably mostly economic issues.
yeah, and for me, mostly it is like,
Yeah.
the world is terrible, and do I really want to bring a kid into the world when
Yeah.
I already hate it here? No, but it's mostly an economic issue because
Yeah.
I can barely
Right.
afford to feed myself at this point. I can barely
Exactly.
afford to pay my own bills, and I'm gonna try and feed a child and bring a child into this world too. Like,
No, yeah.
So
It's
I
a
guess
lot.
I was more so looking at it from my own personal perspective because that's the way I look at it. I'm like, dude, like so much is going wrong right now. Like, why are we still spreading the population so far out while stretching everything so fucking thin?
Yeah.
You know, like we're on the brink of economic collapse. We're on the brink of like a global war.
Yeah. And
You
the
know,
government's so mad that we're not having these kids. Like, people are so mad that we're not having children. It's like, yeah, well, the cost of living is so high.
that yeah,
And I get it because it was like that whole thing about where, like, how we were like supporting boomers and their like decision to do retirement and everything. I guess it's like after the boomers are gone, there's like, if once you retire, it's all you. Like, you don't get any support.
no,
And
not
before
anymore.
there was like some type of support for people like that, but now we're not doing it, and they're saying, oh, it's because people aren't having enough kids. So it's like, how are we going to pay for that if there's no one here to pay for it? And I'm like, well,
It comes out of our taxes already.
yes, it's like, well, honestly, it's like everything. Like, my friend has a child, and I asked her, when are you gonna have another kid? She's like, I literally cannot afford it. Like, I
Right.
want another kid, but it's so expensive to put your kid in daycare. She pays like $900
Oh,
a
daycare
week.
is insane.
It's so insane.
And it's like
it's like putting your kid through college for daycare.
yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
No,
My
it's a rip off.
best friend, she has a grown, like, a teenager, but
Mhm.
she also has 3 babies right now.
That's so crazy.
It's crazy. She's by herself. She's doing it by herself, and I guess her lucky star is that she works at a daycare,
Mm-hmm.
so she gets like discounts on her daycare. But
Mhm.
still, for the 3 of them to be housed there basically through the
Yeah.
whole day, she said like she's broke, dude. Like, she has to keep borrowing money from her mom. She's wasted her savings. She's
Yeah.
doing all this stuff
and
just so
this-
she can keep working her own job
Yeah.
to keep paying her bills. And she's like, I'm barely making even, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's no way to live.
No,
You know,
no,
not
I
not
feel
not
so
for you or
bad.
for your kids. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Because I feel like right now it's like definitely like, I think the only reason why people want to have kids too is because it's just generational like pressure of like,
You're supposed to have kids.
you're supposed to have kids. You need to be married by the time of 25 and have 2 kids by then.
Right, yeah.
That's also why I've
Have a
waited so
That-
long,
Yeah.
is because I don't
That's-
want that to be the pressure, but I
Yeah.
do
It's the
want-
pressure of that, and
That's
just, like,
all the old heads, man. We
Yeah.
don't think that way anymore.
Yeah.
Like if I do have kids or when or whatever the fuck, I'm gonna tell them like the choice is always yours. You do
Yeah.
not need to have kids.
Yeah.
You can experience life for everything that it is
Yeah.
and enjoy it to the fullest
Yeah.
without children.
yeah.
I just
you
want
can.
one because
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah, and like biologically, yes, that's what we're here for. Like, just like
It's
animals,
it's
to procreate.
But I also
Yeah.
just love kids.
Yes, it's in like in
I
your
love
body, it's in
children.
your DNA to have children. I get that. And my mom always told me she had me when I was like 30 something. She had my sister when she was 40 years old. And my dad is still alive. He's like 61, maybe 62, or like
Yeah.
in his 60s. My mom is dead, but like of like an accident, not of like natural causes. But like, they were fully their parents. They did everything for us. They went to playgrounds. We did everything. Like, it's not even about like, oh, some people are like, oh, I can't have a kid in my 30s because of old age. No, you
No, that's
really
not
can't.
true.
And a lot of my friends are like, I'm coming up to 30. It's too old to have a kid. I'm like, my mom
No,
had her
it's not.
last kid when she was 40,
Right.
and she did.
Oh, that's why I know
Yeah,
I have plenty of time.
she did everything.
I don't feel rushed.
I don't
and that's
think-
why I
yeah.
waited, because I feel like I
I
feel
never
good.
thought my mom was never there because of her age. My parents did we went to Six Flags, we did camping every month, we did fucking trips every year. Like, they kept up and
Right.
everything. Like,
Right.
you don't have to be 22 to keep up with your kid.
No.
You can do all that when you're 40, 35, whenever. Like,
There was this girl that I went to high school with, and she was my age.
Mhm.
We're in the same class. Her parents were like in their 60s, dude. Like at the time that she was a teenager.
It's
So
crazy.
obviously they had her when they were like in their 50s.
Right.
That's
so crazy.
crazy. But they were there
Yeah.
for everything. She would go to dances. They would show up with her,
Yeah.
or like drop her off. They'd always be taking her picture. I used to play volleyball with her, so I'd
Mhm.
go over to her house a lot. And they were very involved, both of them. Both
Yeah.
her. I would always think that they were her grandparents because they were old, dude.
Yeah.
They were so old, but they
Yeah,
were her
dude.
parents, and they were so involved in everything. Her mom
Yeah.
would show up to all the games and be cheering us on. Like, it was great.
And
Yeah.
and honestly, as kids, that's all you really need is like until maybe like a year past high school.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
you know, as long as you have it
They
set up to
support
where
me.
right, as long as like the parents have some kind of money for the kids until after high school, then you
Yeah.
know, whatever. I mean, it's still sad. I would fucking hate to lose my parents right after I graduated high school, but you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But if it happens, at least they would have enough built up from their lives
Yeah.
that they've already had to
No,
where
no,
their
yeah.
kids would be set after high school anyway.
Exactly. And like, I mean, I didn't lose my mom like over like natural causes either. She had like passed away from like a car accident. Like,
Oh,
my dad is still alive and he's like 62.
well, I'm sorry to hear about your
Yeah,
mom.
no, yeah. So it's like a lot of people were like, oh, I want to be an old parent because I might die before I can see my kids grow up. And it's like, no, you can still be an old parent and see your kids grow up.
Right.
It's just like, you don't have to be 20 years old to have a kid now. Like,
No.
'cause
I
like-
mean,
yeah.
our technological advances and our advances in the medical field are enough alone.
Yeah.
You can have kids while you're older.
Yeah.
It's a very old way to think, like, oh
Yeah.
no, you need to have your kid by
Yeah.
the time you're
If anything, just
28.
freeze my eggs, dude. We'll have
Yes.
them already.
Because
Yeah.
I saw that there was like a movie and a show talking about it where it's like a geriatric pregnancy is like after the age of 30. And I'm like, oh my God. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's like, basically it's like it's going to be a lot harder to have a kid
Yeah.
where you might want to freeze your eggs. And I'm
Well,
like,
yeah, that's-
after 30, I'm literally 4 years away from that.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God.
I got 2.
And see, when I
Yeah.
was like in my early 20s, I used to think about like, oh God, you know, if I would, because I used to always say like 26 was
Yeah.
the age that I would have kids.
Yeah.
Because I
like,
didn't want to
yeah.
make it past 30. I didn't want to have any complications or have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I was in my prime to have kids when I
Yeah.
wanted to have kids. But then by the time I reached 26, I was like, no, I'll just freeze my eggs like if it really comes to that because I don't
Yeah.
feel a rush. I don't feel a need to have a child right
Yeah.
now. Like I'm in my 20s. I want to
Yeah.
enjoy it.
And
I
I don't-
mean, I could see it being a lot more difficult for women when they're older to
Yeah.
birth a child
Definitely.
and have a lot more health complications, but it's
Yeah.
still possible. It's
You
not
can bounce
Well, I
back
just meant, like, I
faster when
didn't
you're
wanna-
26, like, or like 16. You can bounce back faster.
Well, right.
Right.
I just didn't want to risk it. You know, if there were any complications or anything
Yeah.
like that. I mean, we've talked about it before, but I've had a miscarriage already. So it's something where it's like, if that's already a situation for me to have, I don't want to risk it by now
Yeah.
pushing my age at the same time.
No, yeah, because
Yeah.
So
yeah.
isn't it a thing where it's like the best age to have a kid is like when you're like 15 and 16?
yeah, because
Technically,
Isn't
usually
like-
you're in
it's
your
like
prime.
In your prime is when you're 15, 16.
biologically, yeah.
So it's like that's insane to think
It's
about.
not even
having-
legal.
Yeah, it's like it's insane to think about.
Yeah. I mean, unless it's 2 15 or 16-year-olds, but like,
Well, that's why, like in the old, like even our
Yeah.
Viking show, like that's why there's kids having kids
Yeah,
because they're
yeah.
able to keep producing, and now they have
So
plenty of time
many,
to
yeah.
keep doing it.
right.
Because they can bounce back so fast.
Right.
When you're 35,
You
having
just
a kid.
you could just be
Oh my
pumping
gosh,
the
I
babies
mean,
out like you're
come back
you could just
from
be
giving
literally
3 more years to have
You
another
want-
kid on 35.
you could literally just be a baby factory at fucking 17 18
No,
and
it's
just pumping them out.
super gross, but
It is
the reason
gross.
They would do it
I
was
know.
because they knew, like, okay, well now from 15 to like even in their 20s, they can keep having children and they'll be fine.
It's
As
just
far as like bouncing back.
right. And what's so crazy to me about like previous generations is like they could go get a job at a fucking grocery store and be able to support a family just by
Yeah.
doing that and
Yeah.
buy a house and have
Yeah,
everything they need
dude.
to
Yeah.
have a family. You can't fucking do that anymore, dude.
Yeah.
Like
You
that's why birth rates are so low. Like it's just who's going to be having kids when we can't even afford to take care of ourselves right now?
Yeah.
Or we're barely getting by.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot with our generation as well. I think we acknowledge that we have trauma, and that's why we don't want to have kids.
Right.
And speaking for myself, like
it's the trickle down effect.
Yes.
We don't want to continue that
when
anymore.
millennials, Gen X, everyone else were like, well, this is what I'm supposed to do, so I'm gonna have kids because this is what
This is what I was told to do. I'm going to do
yes,
it.
and that's a very like I've noticed like it's a very like Midwestern mindset
Mm-hmm.
where it's like like a lot of my friends are from like the West Coast or East Coast. They're like, oh, like we're very like just go with the flow type vibes. Like if I listen to all them, they're like very go with the flow.
Yeah.
And then like here in the Midwest, we're very like religion is pushed on us a lot.
Yes.
Like,
oh yeah, no,
so
I was raised
much.
extremely religious. I'm
Yes,
not
and
now for that
I
reason.
mean, I wasn't. My parents aren't religious, but our grandparents were.
My
And
grandparents.
it's very like you need to get married by the age of you're 20. You need to have at least 3 kids by the age of 25.
Yeah.
You gotta buy a house by then.
You can't have sex
full-time
before
job.
marriage.
Yes, and it
It's
was
like,
so
come on.
yes, it was so pushed in the Midwest to do that.
Yeah.
And
It really was.
a lot of my friends who were from California, they're like, that's so crazy. Like
Yeah.
we were doing a bunch of crazy shit when we were in high school. We never thought about that. I was like, here, it's like a sin to even like get finger blasted on the bleachers when you're like 15.
How crazy it is to even think about like living by the no sex before marriage.
Yeah.
Because imagine if you get married to somebody and you're not sexually compatible.
Exactly.
You get married to this person that you think you're in love with, you get
Yeah.
under the sheets, and the sex is terrible. You guys just don't match that way.
And like I was told that, I don't know if you were too, but I was literally told that don't have sex until like you're either in love or you're married.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
So my parents never pushed that on me, but my grandparents did.
Yes.
It's specifically my grandma. My grandpa was Mormon, but he didn't shove it down my throat. He didn't constantly push it on me. He was the best person. I like aspired to be like him in my old age.
Yeah.
He's literally the best person ever. I fucking adored that man.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't imagine living my life being like, I'm not gonna have sex until I'm married.
Yes, because I have a friend who does do like till marriage, and he still is like a virgin and stuff like that.
How old is he?
He's like 25 now.
Damn.
And when we were in high school, like I have a couple of friends who were like that in high school. They were like, oh, I'm till marriage. They were like ride or die, like religious people, like, oh, I'm until marriage. I'm never gonna have sex until I'm married to someone. And now they're like, that was so dumb. Like as an adult, they're like, I realized how big religion was pushed on us as a child, and it was never that serious. And I was like, it was not that serious.
It's almost like you're being hypnotized into believing that
it's
that's
very culty almost.
Culty.
It is culty.
Yeah.
And all my friends are now like, the friend who was till marriage literally had a kid before marriage.
Damn.
Now they're married. I mean, at least like she got married with the person she had a kid with, but like,
and she's happy, and
like technically a sin for her. Like she had sex before marriage.
You're going to hell.
Yeah. So it's like now like seeing their mindset on it. They're like, it was just I was very influenced by people to believe that, and I was like, yes, you're so influenced.
I had a conversation with my mom when I was growing up about the same thing, and I told her, I was like, how are you supposed to know if you want to like spend the rest of your life with this person if you don't even have that chemistry with that person?
Right. Yep.
You can't. Why would I want to force it and get married to somebody?
Something popped up on my live again. I don't know.
Like an ad.
You've been inactive for a while, so it makes you do like this little thing. Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It did it to mine too.
Oh, I got you.
But yeah, it's just like a crazy concept.
It doesn't make any sense to me because it's like it's better to be sex positive and teach our youth how to have safe sex and how to give consent and receive consent and all that. It's more important to teach them those steps instead of shunning them and telling them no, not until you're fully grown and either about to get married or after you're married.
Yeah, because like as an adult, I've come to realize that like sex is not for everyone, and you won't have great sex with everyone.
Right.
Because I've literally been with people where I'm like, this is not working.
Yeah.
This is so awkward and terrible. I'm sure you as a person has had great sex with somebody else.
It's
It's
just-
just
chemistry
not
is
with
just
me.
not there.
the sexual
Yes.
chemistry
Yeah.
is very
Yeah.
important.
And it's happened to me quite a bit. I mean, I'm not like fucking foughting around, but like
It's happened a few times.
a
Yeah,
few times
I get it.
I'm like,
It's happened to me too.
this
Same.
is like awkward for you. Like at the end of it, we're like, this was awkward, right? Like you
Yeah,
can
this was
agree.
weird.
Yeah.
This was weird. They're like, yeah. I'm like, this is never gonna happen. Again.
Yeah,
You're
we're,
right.
We're homies
We're
then.
friends.
We're good.
Homie. Like this is just what it is. Like
Like
Yeah.
we tried. It's not for us.
Yeah.
and
You know what I
it's
mean?
like it's
It's
like
very important to be able to have that because imagine if you married that person and you were stuck with
You're
them.
stuck and like divorce is like a sin or whatever. But it's
And divorce is
Passion.
expensive and a lengthy
Yeah.
process, and it fucking
Honestly,
sucks.
if I'm gonna get married to somebody, I don't want to get divorced. I want to marry someone and be with that person.
Yeah.
Like that's important to me. So
Mhm.
I'm not gonna just strap myself to somebody before
Yeah.
I even know that we're connected
Yeah.
100%.
'Cause,
I firmly believe everybody needs to have a little bit of a hoe phase.
literally, I think sex is important because I know a lot of people. I mean, sex literally runs the world at this point. 'Cause
It does.
It's like
Yeah.
Because it feels good.
it does. It feels.
It's
good. It really does.
fantastic.
It gives you the dopamines. It gives you the good vibes. it gives you the
And you don't even
feelings.
need to do drugs. You just need to
You
put your
just need
wiener
to-
or something, or take your
Literally.
take your wiener in something. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah. So it's
Take
like
your
it's
wiener
like
in some-
Well, either butt, mouth, or
some hole, some hole that's warm
All
and
of the
wet.
above.
right,
So,
some warm,
TMI.
wet hole. You know what I mean?
Literally. So it's definitely
You've been through a
Wow.
hoe phase, Joey.
you're in your
Yeah.
hoe phase.
So
buddy.
Joey, he's been one of the most prominent guests on the podcast, and he just he just asked if he should go through a hoe phase, and the motherfucker has already been through several. So
Yeah.
I think he's currently in his hoe phase. But
He's in his third run.
his 18th run.
18th run.
yeah, because for me, like
You're always a hoe, Joey. Go ahead.
literally. So for me, like, and I just had this conversation with my fucking neighbor, but for me, it's like I try to go through a hoe phase, but it's kind of hard for me because I feel like I need to have some type of like feeling.
No,
exactly.
you gotta
Likability.
have that.
Yeah.
But you gotta like have a certain level with the feelings. Like you still want to have a connection with somebody,
Yeah.
but you don't want to go too far with that
Yeah.
connection.
I'm not
So
trying to be
it's
in love with the person. I mean,
right.
it's better when you're in love with them. The
Yeah.
sex does feel better when you're in
100%.
love.
the
And, like,
further you go into the relationship, the
Yes.
deeper you get
It can
connected,
get
the sex gets better and better.
Yes.
You know,
I
it does plateau like
Yeah.
kind of eventually,
I get
but it's
that, yeah.
still fantastic.
Yeah,
It still stays at an incredible level.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people will get to that plateau point and they're like, "Oh, this
I
just
want something new. Something
I
exciting.
want something more," and it's like, no, dude, it's still great. You still gotta appreciate that, and you gotta
Yeah.
accept that that's what she got.
Yeah. And I feel like
What, Joey? Yeah, talking to the mic.
So I feel like that there's making love and
Okay,
then
yeah.
there's sex.
Yeah, of course.
yeah, like fucking
Um,
is, and then there's making love.
Which
If you're just
both
having
are great.
sex, then beauty's a light switch away. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if you're making love,
You gotta talk into the mic more. You're so bad about that every
I don't
fucking
know
time.
what to tell you.
Just talking.
She'll literally hold it for you because you're like
Yeah.
terrible
She'll
about
let
it.
you.
But like there's making love and then there's sex. It's two different things. Like
Yeah, of course.
No, definitely. And that's the thing where it's like I've tried my hoe phase where it's like,
You were just fucking to fuck.
yeah, I
Yeah.
met some random guy on Tinder. He was like my fucking like lived like 4 minutes from me.
You're like,
I-
oh, easy dick.
I went to
Yeah.
go fuck him, and it was just like it was everything that I hated in a person. Like
Oh, no.
just straight dude vibes. Like
Did you still
A
fuck?
Brad.
yeah, we did.
Yeah. How was it? Was it kind of good though?
No,
It was really bad.
so like transactional. Everything I hate in like in a fuck fest. Like I hate transactional. Like I hate it being like, are we gonna fuck right now? It's like, well, no shit. Why else am I here naked? Like,
Right.
yeah, we all know that. We shouldn't have to say that. So like, I get there. He's playing like video game like replays on YouTube.
What?
I don't
What?
know. He's playing some like Resident Evil type shit, video like replays. I'm like, okay, we're watching it. And then I was like, we're there for like an hour in his living room. I'm like, do you want to go to your bedroom. Like I'm like making the moves in his own house. He's
Oh
like,
my god.
oh yeah, let's get in my room. And I'm like, okay, cool. Then we get in his room. We're still watching YouTube video
What
game
the shit?
replays.
He put it on his TV in his room?
Yes,
Oh
yes.
my god,
I'm
he's got a
like,
problem.
dude, what is this? I'm mad
Like
about
what?
this.
What kind of
So
video
uncomfortable.
games
It
was
was
it?
Resident Evil. We were just watching
Nice.
someone play Resident Evil replays, and I was like, okay, like in your own
Needs a
time,
game
but like
on, bro.
I would never do that with a lady.
it was
No.
YouTube and chill, not Netflix and chill. It was YouTube and chill.
That's
That's so
weird.
weird.
YouTube Premium and chill. And so we're sitting there, and like he's like giving me these weird looks. He's like, and I'm like, I think he wants to kiss me.
He's
So
like,
then, yes. So
the
then,
smolder.
literally, he's smoldering at me. And so then I go, I'm like, you know what? I'm always used to like being the control person. So I'm like, I'm going to make the move, I guess. So then I kiss him. And then we start getting down to business.
right.
So then I'm like, all right, I'm going to give him like head.
Yeah.
So then I go down there and I do my thing. I'm doing it. He like, and so then he's like, all right, I'm ready. I'm like, ready for what? He's like, to have sex. And I was like, oh, you're not gonna like do anything for me? He's like, well, I don't give head. And I was like, oh, all right.
Lame.
Like, okay. I was like, well, you need to do something because I'm literally
You're not ready.
dry to the bone.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, well, I guess I'll finger you. I'm like, you guess? Okay, this is going terribly. And
Right.
at that point, I should have been like, I'm leaving.
I would have left.
But I was like, you
gotta
know what?
go.
I need to get at least something out of this. So then I'm like, let me see how this game is, this D game. And so then he starts, finger blasting. And then it's for like, I don't know, maybe like 30 seconds. And he's
And
like,
then,
are you ready? I'm like, well, I guess I'm ready. Let's do this. He gets on top of me. He gets like literally he's in me. And then like he's like going. He goes for maybe like less than 5 minutes and then he's done. And I'm like,
Oh my god, bro.
he's a 2-pump chump.
yeah. And I'm like,
The worst.
clearly,
Literally.
like he was fucking for himself. He
Yeah.
was fucking
He's a-
for
To please
us.
you.
He's a douchebag.
He was doing it for him.
Those kind of dudes suck. I've
Yeah,
been
they're
friends with a
worse.
couple of those
I have
guys.
a couple friends like that now.
And I'm not friends with them anymore either. Like all my guy friends care about the ladies that they're sleeping
Yeah.
with, and like
it's important.
like every time I've slept with someone, I want to make sure that they are enjoying it as much of me as me, or if not even more. I want
Yeah.
to fucking women come first. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's my thing,
Women
too.
come first, last, second, third, like all of the above.
That's what's
You know?
important to me too, because like I'm more like I need to know you're having sometimes a better time than me.
Yeah.
That's maybe the mindfulness
It's honestly
of a
the
woman.
end goal because yes, the end
Yeah.
goal for us is like to like even with me and him, like the end goal for me is to get him there. For
Yeah.
Sure. But, the
But I
fact
could
that
get
he-
you there
Yeah,
multiple
it's the
times.
But
mindset
that's
of
what
a
I'm
woman
saying,
too
but the fact
sometimes.
that you are getting there by getting me there over and over again.
It's
we're
also a
both
turn
enjoying
on.
it, and
Yeah.
I enjoy it more.
Right.
Not because I'm, getting
Yeah.
there over and over again. I mean, yeah, but like also the fact that I can tell you're enjoying getting
Yeah,
me
no
there.
one wants to know
Huh?
someone's having a bad time.
Right.
Right, same.
Especially for me, I'm like, if I think he's having a bad time, I'm not gonna get there because I'm like, you're not enjoying this. I'm kind of
Right.
No, as soon as I could tell somebody else is not into it while it's happening, I'm not into it.
I'm not
Done.
into it. So
Like I want to be out.
If I think you're enjoying it, it's gonna get me there faster. It's
Right.
It's a good time.
Right.
And so like he gets off of me, right? And he goes to the bathroom, he cleans himself up. He goes, you know what? I don't typically ask for head. I'm like, what? He's like, I've only had 2 girls give me head, and you're the second girl to give me head. I was like, that's insane. So you don't like to get head? He's like, no, I don't mind it, but I don't typically ask for it. And I'm like, I've never heard someone say that. Like a
He-
man say
No, a
that.
man, yeah.
He was like, I don't ask for head. I didn't expect you to give me head, but you did.
No, he was trying to throw it back in your face because you asked him
And
to
that's-
give you
and
head.
I think he was like,
He was a
like,
fucking asshole.
He goes, I don't typically do oral. I fuck like a caveman. And I was like, he said these words. He's like,
What?
I fuck like a caveman. You know who you know. If you see this, you know who you are. And he's like, I fuck like a caveman. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, well, half the time when I fuck a woman, she's just ready to go. So I just kind of just put it in her and we just go. And I'm like,
It's not.
that's insane.
That's terrible.
I
That
might have
sounds.
to report you.
Well, it does not sound fun at all.
I might
Uh-huh.
have to report you because that's literally.
You gotta preheat the oven, dude. You gotta get it going.
And like it's always the type of guy who was like, I just gotta have a long-term relationship. Who says the craziest shit to you? So he was like, I just broke up with my girlfriend of 6 years like 3 weeks ago, and I'm like, okay.
Well,
He's
sorry
like,
for her.
he was like, she was the only other person who gave me head. You're the second person to give me head, and I was like, okay, cool.
Well, that's unfortunate. You
And
suck.
yeah, I literally was like, this person's so crazy. Oh my
Yeah.
god, what does fuck like a caveman even mean? I don't even know what that even.
I've
And
never even
No,
heard of
honestly,
something like that.
He did. He fucked like a caveman. He like grunted and was just over. And I was like,
Oh.
so you're a
Just two
douchebag.
pump chump just to get his seat off, and that's it.
Yeah, I was like, so you're a
Yeah.
douchebag.
Yeah,
Got
it
it. Got it.
That's
got it.
that's the worst kind of fucking dude right there, dude. One of the
Yeah.
worst.
The men I've been with is literally the last
Can
3
you
men are so crazy.
can you hand me that fishbowl?
No.
Yeah,
Not the
you're not even
fishbowl.
drinking it, dude. I finished my drinking and yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you want another one?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, are
Oh,
you
yeah.
making more? Yes. Do you want this back?
Drink break.
Okay, give this back to yeah. Joey's being a brat. He
No,
didn't. He
you're
literally
being
did not want it until I took it.
Little bitch.
You're a brat,
That's your
but
brat.
you're our brat.
We're the same way, babe. Like now I want it. No, the last few men I've talked to or situationships have been so crazy. Like the last I talked to, he was like,
Dude, the dating pool
dude,
this day and age
Yeah.
sucks.
we're rated third worst state to date, like dating wise.
Oh, Illinois?
Chicago, like Illinois, like
Dude,
is
everyone
the
over
third
here
worst.
sucks.
Dude, it's so bad.
Everyone in Illinois and Chicago suck.
Don't move here.
Stay away.
Go
Stay the
go
fuck
to
away.
Texas, go to California, go to New York, go anywhere else.
This
Do
is
not
hell.
Come here.
This is if you're
The-
single and you're trying to mingle, do not fucking come to Chicago or anywhere in
Honestly,
Illinois. Everyone here sucks.
Everyone has so much trauma and it reflects into the dating life.
Yes.
So like no one trusts men. They don't trust anyone.
It's
And it reflects.
and they have a reason not to because everyone
Yes.
here is terrible. They're all backstabbing each other. They're all cheaters. They're all liars. They're
Yeah.
all manipulators.
Everyone's
It's terrible.
every man I've been with has been a cheater. I'm like, whoa.
Like why?
Yeah, it's like, why are you doing this?
You know,
it
like-
could be better if you just enjoy yourself.
Like, why don't you even be man enough or woman enough to have a conversation with your partner and maybe just like have a threesome or try to, you know,
Yes.
and then if not that, then really express that you want to add something else to it. Maybe do an open thing or, you know,
Yeah.
talk to your partner about it, bro. Like 9 times out of 10, they're probably gonna, well, maybe
Yeah.
not 9 times, like 7
yeah.
out of 10.
And honestly, it's like an ego thing too because I talked to my ex about it. He was a cheater.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you want to? I mean, at this point, I was like desperate into keeping him because I was so in love with him.
Right.
And I was like, do you want to have an open relationship? Do you
He didn't want to
wanna-"
share you though, right?
Yes. He was
That's
like,
what it is.
I don't want you to be with anyone else. I'm like,
How is that fair?
how is that fair? Like now I know you're an asshole.
Yeah, it's a
'Cause it's
two-way
like,
street.
I'm literally giving you the rights to go fuck someone, but it's like the ego-ness of being like, I've never been desired, and now that I'm being desired, I only want to be the one to feel this.
Right. And that's fucked.
Yeah, and it's fucked. It's like, dude, like
It's terrible.
you can be desired as long as I know about it. And
Right.
but they still don't want that. It's like it's so crazy.
No, cheaters just simply want to cheat.
Yeah.
You know, they want to go and get their own satisfaction behind their
Yeah.
partner's back because it's like it's hotter for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I gotta be sneaky about it. Oh, I'm so scandalous. Oh, like
Dude,
fuck
it's-
you, you're an
it's
idiot.
kind of a kink thing too.
It's a
like-
kink.
Sometimes I get it like from a couple of them. I'm like, you enjoy this, don't you?
Oh, they
You
love it.
Enjoy the drama
Yeah.
of me fighting with you and then us fucking about it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then you just enjoy like eating your cake too. Like
Yep.
have you
Yep.
eating it too.
Mhm.
They enjoy that shit.
Yeah.
And like
It's terrible.
I've never once thought about cheating ever. Even when my own boyfriend was cheating on me, I was never like, I just don't see any point in it because like I know what I want. and
Right.
It's you, and clearly you don't want. That's fine. And I think the most I've ever like cheated, it would be like maybe like a work boyfriend, where it's like you kind of flirt with them.
Just flirt a lot.
They're like calling you cute. They're like, when are you gonna leave your boyfriend? And you're like, I'm not gonna leave him. Oh my god, stop.
Yeah.
That's the most I've ever done, and some people would consider that cheating, and maybe it is cheating.
It's,
But I've
it's
never
not
done
because it's not like you're
physical.
it's not like you're getting their phone number and
No, yeah.
texting and like trying to
Yeah,
meet
I've
up
never
or
done, yeah, I'd
you
never
know what
done
I mean?
to that like extent, but definitely like a little flirt work life And I think that's pretty innocent. I think like
It's very innocent.
even now, I would like if you're gonna like. I don't think flirting with someone is that dangerous.
It's
because
not
it's like,
dangerous as long as you
natural.
don't let the little like
Mm,
flirtatious
go
thing
far.
go anywhere
Yeah.
further at all. It has to stay right there. As soon
Yeah.
as it goes to like any kind of physical touching,
It's like, oh,
any
I can't
kind
do
of
that.
exchanging of numbers to where you're going to be texting every day,
Yeah.
that's going too far. Huh? Joey said you could look at the menu, just don't order.
Yeah. And I think there's something wrong
I agree with
that.
that.
Because there's gonna be people who are hotter than your spouse,
Oh,
more
always.
beautiful, more funny, whatever. Like there's gonna be people out there who are definitely better than your spouse, like look wise and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you should know where your loyalty lies. And
Yeah.
if you think that you don't want to be with your spouse anymore, then just leave them.
Yeah,
And
just call it quits.
just
Move
call
on.
it quits. But
Yeah.
that's where it's like, I think a lot of women and maybe men too would appreciate, like speaking for women and myself, it's like we would appreciate the not lying part.
No,
I think it's like it's
100%.
not even the
I
cheating that
hate
gets to
lying.
me. It's the
It's the
lying.
lying. So like, if I were to ever get caught cheating, or if I even did cheat, something happened. You know, I was out getting fucked up one night. A girl just came up and threw it at me, and I just did it. I would probably be the type to own up immediately. Or,
Yeah.
you know, if I decided I wanted to just keep it to myself, if she had even like the slightest wind of something happening, I would just be straight up.
Just yeah.
I would just
It's
tell
like,
her, like, yeah, this
that's
happened.
where it's like I know about it and you're still lying and you're, it's like,
Yes.
no, bro, just
Yeah.
admit it now.
You could literally have all the Carfax, bro, and they'll still try and fucking deny it. And it's crazy. It sucks. Thank you. It's literally one of the worst experiences because they gaslight you into thinking you're the crazy one when
Yeah.
it's like you know what the fuck you're doing right now.
Yeah, I definitely felt the gaslight where it's like, I just need you to be honest with me. Like, you know my devotion towards you, and you know I'm going to take you back. You know I love you, and you know I'm going to stay. I
Yeah.
just need you to be honest right now. And
Yeah.
they can't do that.
And they still can do it.
And
It's
I get why.
wild.
It's like you're so scared to be caught in a lie, and I get it, but it's like,
I don't get it.
yeah, and I try to
I don't
understand.
understand
No,
it.
yeah, I try to understand. I try to be the neutral person,
You-
and
you're trying
I'm
to be
that
the-
asshole.
you're-
That's trying to be neutral.
No,
I'm that asshole.
you're trying to be the devil's advocate right
Yeah,
now.
I'm trying to be.
I don't
neutral.
understand it.
No, at the same time, I don't get it either. Because I think at this point, if someone's literally like,
Because
to me, if I was a cheat, I would keep it to myself for a while.
right.
Like I wouldn't like go fuck some guy, then come back home and be like, I just cheated on you. I wouldn't. I don't think anyone's gonna do that. Maybe there's some people who would do that, but me,
There are some.
I don't know any person who would do that. I wouldn't do that, but I definitely would sit on it and be like, am I gonna tell my
How
partner?
should I navigate this?
I mean, if I never do it again, I'm not gonna tell.
Right.
But if I do it again, I'm going to tell right away.
Right.
And that's the thing where it's like, that's where people get caught in the lie sometimes because they eventually somebody finds out like you cheated on me.
Right.
So it's like,
and that's where it's like you have the morality
Yeah.
of like
when is it the right time to tell someone like when I did what I did?
just give it like I've never cheated. I've never done anything like that. The most I've done was drunkenly like make out with somebody once.
Yeah.
And it was something I regretted. The girl was not attractive. It was not something I even wanted to do. I just kind of like did it because I was fucked up.
Mhm.
And then immediately after I thought about it and I was like, dude, that was terrible. Why did I just do that? It was like the worst feeling ever. I ended up coming clean about it like a couple months later or something like that. You know, I want to say like if somebody out there has done that, like to do it when it feels right for you, but at the same time, a lot of people just
Sooner
don't.
the better.
Yeah, I think the sooner the better.
The better.
Yeah, you just got to get it over with.
Yeah.
Because if it's constantly on your conscience
Yeah.
and your mind,
Yeah.
you just got to get it off your chest.
Yeah.
You
And
do.
I feel like cheaters know when they're cheaters. I think you know when you're an when you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Like quit. Like come on, you know when you're being a dick. And I think it's like if I was a cheat, you know when you're being a cheater and you know when you're like being disloyal to someone.
Yeah.
If it's a one-time thing, I think your partner's definitely more likely to forgive you than you being a serial liar and cheater.
Like doing it multiple
It's
times,
the combo of
multiple
lying
different
and gas. Like
women.
the gaslighting makes it worse.
It does.
Like-
the lying and the gaslighting just makes it so
I
much.
would never do it to you. Really think I would do that to you?
And it's like
You think that I would be that disloyal to you? It's like
and then they
yeah, you
did.
are.
Like everything they're saying is exactly what they have done already,
Yeah.
and it just makes it so much worse.
Yeah.
You know, it really destroys like the core of the relationship.
Yeah. And I think it's like most of the time and half the time it's like someone's so in love with you, they're going to take you back. I mean, I took my cheating ex back like multiple times.
Yeah.
Even after the lying and everything, took me a while to be like, okay, no more of this. Like I
Yeah.
kind of had to like separate it from like someone had to pull me from them for me to be like, okay, this is what I needed. But it's like if that person was to show themselves like and be like, okay, I am sorry and change,
Yes.
I would totally take them back. Like I
Right.
would totally take them back. But it's like
That's the difference
Yeah.
is if they're immediately trying to do everything they can to show that they're not going to do what they did again, and they
Mhm.
actually feel sorry about it, and they're going to do everything they can to make it up to you.
Yeah.
It's still really fucking difficult either way.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's really hard.
I know,
You
'cause
know?
I like a lot of times I see with relationships, it's like, in speaking on my own behalf as well, it's like you kind of use it against them a little bit, where it's like, well,
Because
I
you're always
can't
gonna
trust you
have
because you're a cheater.
you're always gonna have like a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. You're
Yeah.
always gonna have a slight grudge
Yeah.
about it,
But you
and
kind of have to give yourself grace because it's like if you're willing to forgive them to stay with them, you need to give them that grace. And if they prove you wrong again, then bye.
yeah, yeah,
And I think I've learned that with myself. It's like I think I hate to say it, I think I would trust a cheater again because love makes you do crazy fucking things and like I would fucking kill for love half the time.
right.
'Cause I love pretty hard. And it's like if you're willing to take your cheater back, then you should be able to forgive them 100% until they prove you different. Like don't hold that against them because you yourself are going against your own word.
So, you know, I want to say I fully agree to that, but
Mhm.
I'm not fully there
Okay.
because it's like so I've thought a lot, like I've had a lot of deep thoughts about it.
Mhm.
Like I'm under the belief that like yes, I did it again, and yes, I technically forgave them,
Mhm.
but at the same time, it's always going to be there,
Yeah.
and there's nothing I'm going to do that it will ever make it go away. It's something
Yeah.
that happened, and it's going to affect the dynamic of the relationship for the entire time. So do I need to fully forgive them? No.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to have a part of myself that's going to always be like, if it happens, you know what to expect. You're gonna see it coming at least this time. So
Yeah.
at least with that, there's a
Yeah.
benefit to it because when it does happen, it's not gonna completely fucking blindside you and just like tear your life apart.
Yeah, definitely they have to like kind of prove themselves to you.
Yeah.
But I think if anyone's going to hold on to that in the relationship, it's like then do you forgive them? What's the point of the relationship if you're always going to remember that time they fucked up? You know what I mean? It's like it's not healthy for you to stay with that if you're going to only think about that time with them because it's like
It's not so it's
yeah.
not like
I
the
agree what you're
only
saying
thing
too.
that like pops back up, but occasionally it
It's in
does.
the back of your mind.
And it's something that's out of your control.
Yeah.
But if it's worth it, like if the
Yeah.
relationship and everything else that is going great in the relationship is worth that back part of you that just feels like you can't forgive it.
No,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? And if your situation is like that and you feel like it is,
Yeah.
then do you.
Yeah.
You know, there's no problem with that.
Yeah.
I just don't always believe in 100% forgiveness for a lot of
Yeah.
things because you don't need to give 100% forgiveness.
No, yeah.
You know what I
It's like,
mean?
I think it's like more on the way where it's like when I would take like my ex back and take
Mhm.
him back, but like when he would cheat, like I would constantly use it against him. Like
Oh, see, I've never.
that's
I
where
don't
it's
do
like,
that.
okay, if you're gonna be that person, why are you even with that
So
person?
it like at first I would a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. They
I
gotta
would
gain
throw
your
it up
trust back.
because like I just needed it. I needed to get it out.
Mhm.
You need to for a while. Like you're gonna fucking want to thrash and scream and you have this rage inside of you
Yeah.
because of it because it's not just the cheating. It's the lies on top of
It's the trust that
lies
was
and
broken.
it's everything. You know what I mean? Trust is everything, especially in
Yeah.
a
Especially in a vulnerable position like that.
right. And so at first you need to get it off you because you don't deserve to have that weight on top of you anyway, so you need to just let it all out. But if you keep doing that for a long, consistent amounts of time, then is it worth it?
It can be,
Then you're
Is
just
it
being
worth it?
then you're just being toxic, not only for
Yeah.
yourself but for your partner,
And
and
that's
it's not
yeah.
worth it to anybody.
And that's what I learned from like my past relationships where I'm like, I think I would take a cheater back, but it's like they would have to prove themselves to me. And
Oh
then
yeah.
the sec like 'cause before I would just be it would be a constant battle where it was like kind of like a turn on between us, like you're cheating on me, we're gonna fight and then we're gonna fuck. We
Yeah.
hate each other.
Yeah.
And it's like we both kind of like that a little bit.
Hate fucking is kind of fun.
It was
Like
fun. Like I mean, I wasn't having fun, but it was like in
the
the
sex
moment,
was at least.
I wanted it. Like
Yeah.
it was so like I
It was
want
like
you
a
even
rush.
more because you don't want me the same way the way I want you. So now I want you even more.
Yeah,
I want what I can't have.
that's a women thing.
Yeah.
That's definitely a women thing.
Yeah.
Because
Like, I want what I can't have.
guys, you know, if a guy knows that a woman is not interested and she's out like fucking all these other people and
Yeah.
she's just like, a guy will lose interest.
Yeah. There's some simps though that are literally like,
There is some simps out
I
there.
can't have you. No one can. Dead ass.
Yeah.
Dead ass. They'll send you the gun emoji. And I'm like,
The gun emoji?
yeah, I had ex do that in high school.
What?
I was like, I'm breaking up with you. And like every time I tried to break up with him, he would be like,
I'm
he
gonna
would
kill
send me,
myself.
he would send me like the like gun emoji with like bullets. And I'm like, okay, bye.
That's hilarious.
I've had a
16.
couple dudes do that to me too. They're like, I can't live without you,
Yeah.
and like making me feel like absolute trash because
Legit.
it's not working out, and I'm like, okay, bye, have fun. Like if you do it, it's on
That
you, dog.
is
Sorry.
Fucking
I was
hilarious.
I was a bitch back then. I was like, okay, bye. Tell me how it goes.
So
I knew you weren't gonna do it.
I'll send you a tutorial on how to properly slit your wrists. I got you.
Look, I was like, sorry, baby, and like I don't care. But I was like 15 at the time. Like
Same.
I didn't think he was gonna do it.
Yeah.
But like,
No, and of course he
did it
didn't.
because he's a narcissist. So
Yeah.
Right,
he
yeah.
cares too much about himself.
90% of the time, they're literally just trying to use that against you.
I was trying to manipulate you back into the relationship. No, I get it. There's plenty of dudes that did that to me, and I was just like, okay, bye, have fun.
I had an
See you in hell.
Legit, I'll see you there. Save me a spot. I saw like an ex came up like when I was like dating in high school. I was not allowed to have a boyfriend in high school.
Same.
Dad's rules.
Same.
My mom.
No,
did
it's
not
my
give a
mom.
shit. Really?
Yeah.
My mom's from fucking Europe, so she would be like, "Oh, you're doing coke? Oh, I did coke when I was 16." Like my mom didn't give a fuck.
No.
She gave a fuck, but didn't give a fuck.
Right.
was like-
She probably didn't ever
Mom
want to
gave
see
too
you
much.
doing it or
Yes.
anything like
Too
that.
much of a fuck.
Yes. Like my mom was like very motherly. Like she was like, "Who's at the house? Why are you bringing boys without me knowing?" Like she was still a mom, but like she was very like, "Oh, you want a boyfriend? Go ahead. You want a car? Go ahead. You want a job? Go ahead." My dad was like, "You're not getting a car. You're not getting a boyfriend. You're not having a job.
Yeah, your dad
'Cause
was
I-
a no.
I can't keep
the
an eye
no
on
parent.
you now." Yeah.
That was the one thing with my stepdad is it, like he would say no to everything I would ask him, bro. I would ask him to turn a fucking fan on in the house because it was hot, and he would tell me no. I'm like,
Yes,
dude,
everything.
why?
My mom would be like, "That's fine. Ask your dad."
Oh my god, you in the cold, bro.
Oh, because you like being cold all the time.
It was just an example, Joey. It was just an example. I would ask him if I could grab water out of the fridge, and he would tell me no.
No.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's how my mom
I
was.
can't be hydrated. Damn.
I want you to dehydrate and die.
I would just shrivel up and die at this point. But no, like I had this boyfriend in high school, and he was one that was like, "I'm gonna like die. if
Gonna
you don't
end
date
it."
me. Yeah, I'm gonna end it." Sorry. And he was like,
Excuse you.
It's the pizza burps.
"Sorry, it's
You
the feeder
stuff-
burp.
You
It's the
stuff
feeder
that
burp."
crust so far down your fucking throat.
Shoved it.
Yeah, you deep throated that
Gagged.
pizza.
Gagging. But
Ew.
but okay, now who's doing mouth ASMR right now? You.
Well.
Oh,
That was too real. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, you have you practiced on that one or
No, I'm very good at acting gay.
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's not acting.
It is acting. It's weird. It's weird because it's very convincing. Like you would if you had a conversation with him acting it, you would think he was 100%.
Oh, I
He's
could
not.
totally play an
You're saying
amazing
he's
gay
acting.
guy.
Well, I know. That's why I'm saying that.
Like
You
I
could
want
say
to
he's
play.
acting.
I want to play a gay guy in like a commercial or a movie or something. I would fucking crush.
Commercial.
I would crush as a gay guy, dude.
It's like the AIDS
Come to
like
Cricket
medicine
Wireless.
commercial. There you go. It's like the herpes commercial. You got you.
Like, yeah, hey,
You're like with your
Hey.
boyfriend. You're like,
you see a bump, don't do the hump.
that sounded so great. Yeah, you killed that one.
Right.
You are gay.
Right.
Hire you immediately.
I convinced you that I'm gay. Fuck yeah, dude.
done.
That's my
We're done.
ultimate fucking goal right there.
I'm dead.
I love when he makes straight dudes uncomfortable with his fake gayness.
Oh my god, I make like
it's my best. It's
especially hood
amazing.
dudes. Especially hood dudes. So like
Yeah.
I fucked up one of my toes. Not this recent situation with my pinky toe. It was like I think
Pig.
I stubbed it or something, and I was talking to this. Oh shit! You gotta piss. I was in the middle of the story. Can you hold it? You can hold it for like 2 seconds. Okay, so I stubbed my toe. I told him about it, and he was like, here, this is what you
Got
need
manic bladder control.
to. I told him what happened, and he was like, oh, you need to do this and that for your toe, and I was like, oh, you want to suck my toe?
Oh,
And he's
I do.
like a hood dude. He's like a hood dude from the south side, and he just looked at me. He's like, don't make me punch you.
Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah.
So what'd you say?
What?
I was like, what? Dude, I was just wondering. Like, it sounded like you said you want to suck my toe.
You said whitey what?
Yeah.
Said, wait,
I would do shit like that with him all the time, and he was like, I'll fuck you up, man.
like, don't play with me. I'll fuck you up.
Yeah. And I was like,
Oh my
wait, you want to fuck me?
Oh.
That's
You're like,
crazy.
which position is it?
I love when you do it with Trell.
Trell? Yeah.
It's my favorite.
I'll
Trell.
Huh?
Of course, his name's Trell.
No,
Yeah.
Trell's a shit. I
He's
fucking
cool.
love Trell.
Yeah, he's cool as shit.
Yeah, he's one of
My alter ego's name's Daquan.
Daquan.
Yeah,
Nice.
Oh.
Sounds hot.
it is.
Like I'll even literally just be like, as like I'm getting up or
Yeah,
something.
dude.
And Trell's like, what
Bro.
the fuck?
Bro.
Yeah, the hood men are always like, what?
What'd you say?
Black people do not play gay.
No, black people
They
do not. No.
I'm not down with that
daddy,
mojo.
My black daddy does not play. He does not play.
No. And it's honestly just hilarious.
Oh,
It's
I
so
love it.
funny.
I love
Yeah.
the offhand awkwardness.
Yeah.
Love it.
And it's like you got to keep playing into that just to like fuck with them because they get so awkward about it. And it's like, dude, who cares
Bro.
if people actually fudge pack? What's the big deal? It's just
Pat.
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
you're packing fudge.
I'm fudging right now, honestly.
You go use a bathroom, dude.
Honestly, I might fudge your bathroom.
Yeah, go
It's-
fudge the
it's
shit out of that
It's the
bathroom.
gluten. Let's keep it going.
A
Pizza.
lot of that gluten crust. No, you're good. Go ahead and squirt all
She
in
was
that.
peeing because girls don't poop.
Yeah, oh no.
We don't have
no,
bottles.
no, girls poop, and I want you to squirt all in that toilet.
Ew, bro.
Liquid ass all in that toilet right now.
Our
dude.
buttholes are entrances only.
Yeah, he likes to smell his shit, so you're good. My dog went in the bathroom with her. She's taking a
the
spooky
man
dookie,
poopy.
a nice little spooky dookie.
Oh, tis the season. Yeah, our buttholes are entrances only. Sorry, not sorry.
That is a crazy statement because
We
it's
don't
usually it's usually the exact opposite.
Exits only.
Exit.
I know.
Mhm.
It's. I used to say that for the longest time, and then once I went in, and
I turned you to the dark
the
side.
dark side.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to be very gentle with it because it's like it's sensitive, man.
Dude, it hurts.
A butthole is sensitive. You got to ease it on in. There. You got to give it some. You got to give it some tonguey. You got to give it some fingery. You got to put a little butt plug in there. You got to pull it out. You got to put it in slow, and then keep going slow, and then that's when you can go a little bit more ham in the paint or hard in the paint.
Yeah.
Ham in the paint. Sounds
Ham in the
weird.
paint sounds gross.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, dude.
My fault. Yeah, my bad. My fault, pimp.
I just hear her in there having like a whole ass conversation with him while he's in there.
Yeah. She's in the bathroom taking a mad shit, talking to Hendrix.
Henderson, a dapper young boy.
Yep. How you doing, Nick Cage? You doing
Fucking
all right
Nick
over there,
Cage.
man? Looks like you got something on your nose. Let me
Staring
just
into my
clean
soul.
that up a little bit for you. There we go.
Nicolas Cage.
What movie?
National Treasure. How did I know? It's like the only movie he's actually good in.
Oh no, he's fantastic in every movie he
I-
plays in because he's so exaggerated.
He's good, but honestly, he creeps me out. Like anytime I see his face, I just get the ick. Like he scares me.
Yeah,
He looks like a robot. Like he doesn't look real. What? Hell no.
Joey asked her if she would eat his ass. I'd eat his ass.
Oh, good. Then he's got 2 tongues that aren't mine. Nice. Yeah, it won't be me, dude. I know whose ass I would eat though.
Yeah, wouldn't be the first time neither. Tongue
Nice.
tongue punching dudes fart boxes is wild.
Fuck. Not wild.
It's wet and wild.
Oh. Oh no.
No tropic squirties, chocolate squirties.
Joey's like, fuck, now I can't go in there and sniff the air.
We all wanted you
Go
to.
lay down.
I don't know if the viewers wanted you to. I'm sure they do. I wanted it to waft in behind you.
Oh, ooh.
Ew,
Get a
bro.
little bit of that stank up in
I'm gonna go
here.
get the
Bath and Body
Febreze.
Works, little Bath and Body Works stench.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
get the Febreze.
What would that scent be called in Bath and Body Works? It's like Dookie Rain.
Spooky dookie, like you said.
fresh poop. Fre-
Too simple.
boring.
Like,
fresh
Needs to be
fresh
like-
poop breeze.
it'd be called like Sparkle
Poopery.
Poops. Yeah.
Poopery. Well, no,
It's the
that's
same
literally
word.
what this is.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
This is
Or we're
poopery.
like, sponsored by Poopery.
I am not sponsored by poopery. Unfortunately, I
You
have
should be.
I have no sponsors.
Wait,
I
you
have
should
no
be.
money. I have nothing from this podcast. I don't even have fucking viewers at this point. I get like 15 to 30 views an episode.
Because you don't upload
I
consistently,
know, dude. I know.
And
And
I
I
try.
say
I keep
every
trying to
episode.
tell him like we need to do one. We need to do one. He's like, yeah, we'll do one next weekend. And then next week comes. He's like,
You
we'll
gotta
do one
do-
next weekend.
even if it's like a little like
I want-
15-second video.
Well,
you
no.
can post that.
I want to do more shorter content to do like reviews of like movies or episodes of TV that I like to
Yeah.
Or
watch.
we like do
Like a hot
we said
topic.
we want to do like challenges, even like me and him doing like couple challenges,
Or like
Yeah.
random TikTok challenges
Yeah.
that are hilarious.
Yeah.
Like I stuffed like what was it, 13 grapes in my mouth
Yeah.
on one episode.
How many
It
hot
was
dogs
hilarious.
can you fit in his mouth?
Yeah, I stuffed a bunch of hot dogs in my mouth.
Yeah, like I feel like
That's
controversial.
gay.
Like that is gay. every podcast we just try to prove you that you're even more gay than what you think you are.
Yeah,
It's like each podcast is like,
Yeah.
how gay is Ryan?
like how gay am I?
How gay
Is V just a cover up?
It's like there's gonna be like controversial like
It's gonna be
Yeah,
a
man.
question. Is Ryan gay? Like how gay is he? Because there's a spectrum to gayness.
Mhm.
There definitely is. You know, it's not just you're gay or not. And like I hate you. I don't think you dripped anything on your shirt. I see you looking and shaking your titties like
I don't
did I
trust
drop some
white shirts.
sauce on there?
There is some dirt on there. I don't know.
You got dirty titties.
That is the one
You
reason
got
I
tit
don't
dirt.
wear white shirts.
You got
I'm
titties.
terrified.
I just
I
bought
know
this
that the
stamp.
second I put on a white anything, it's gonna get fucked in the first like
Oh,
2
yeah.
minutes of me wearing it.
Oh yeah.
Could you get me
No.
a couple pieces of pizza?
No. Yes.
Thank you.
No.
Those are her boundaries. No.
Well,
No pizza for your gay boy.
no pizza for the gay boy. Straight people only.
Not Italian.
If that were the case, honestly, I would be starving because I'm not allowed to eat pizza.
Now, Joey, I definitely think you're a little gay. You want a fudge pack of dude. It's okay.
Is he not bi? Is he straight?
Yeah.
Nothing, buddy. Nothing, buddy.
I do too.
Say it with my
Right.
dirty chitty chest.
Your
Dirty titty chest.
Your tit dirt chest.
Say that 5 times. Dirty
titty chest. Dirty titty chest.
Say that.
I can't,
You
dude.
can't.
I'm not good. I'm not good at tongue twisters.
Me neither. I'm bad.
How much could a woodchuck if it could? Yeah, see,
What could a woodchuck if a woodchuck would? I don't know.
that was actually. I think that was spot on. Do it
Was
again.
good.
Do it again.
How much would a woodchuck what a woodchuck would? I can't.
That was-
I can't
What?
do it.
Oh, what the fuck?
Who the fuck
You
ordered
waited too
cheese?
fucking long.
What the fuck,
How much
Richard?
wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
We are meat lovers.
Honestly, me and my brother used to practice that when we get left in the car.
First off, what did I say as soon as I opened the pizza?
What?
Stop.
Yeah, they did fuck up. The big pizza, that one was supposed to be the pepperoni.
Can we Karen call? I can Karen call.
It's kinda too late now.
It's currently 1:00 in the morning, so
I
no,
will be
probably
Karen.
not.
It is past your bedtime,
I will be
Dad.
Karen
I know.
calling for you tomorrow. I can Karen call for you tomorrow and get you a whole.
By the way, you fucked my pizza up last night. Thanks a lot.
It was too late
Ooh.
for us to notice we were high and doing a podcast.
No, not you.
I mean,
I was like, did we eat pizza
You
yesterday?
fucked up the pizza last night, Dad.
we were
Dude.
sober doing a podcast.
So
We're sober doing a podcast.
sober
So
right now.
sober.
This is juice in my cup.
It's just juice.
Nothing else. Not lean.
It's in a watermelon cup because it's just juice.
It's just juice.
As Joey's laying down.
Legit.
With-
It's a little canister. Oh, what a cutie!
Whipped cream.
Oh, what a cutie. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, my toxic ex. What am I toxic ex?
Did you just fucking do it?
No, I didn't. I barely even know you to do that. Are you a toxic ex?
So I have a question. Are we gonna talk about pigs or not?
Oh yeah, piggies and toes. Who likes sucking toes? Don't listen to Joey. He's a
I
child.
do.
He's a child.
Well, they
All you feet men, I got you. I'm missing one.
It has to
toenail.
be his pigs
The
though.
big toe.
Any other pigs, I want nothing to do with them. They're gross.
That can be your thumbnail.
I mean,
Gross.
Missing a big toe.
try to put your foot up so the camera could see it.
Oh,
I want to show them your fucked up toe. Yeah,
Wait, we need like a zoom in or something.
people should like tip for this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
First of all,
Anytime we do a podcast, I make sure I'm wearing at least socks or something if I'm going to be sitting over there. Because I told him, I was like, I'm not putting my piggies out there for free.
Let me
piggies are never
show
free.
them your fucked up toe, dude.
Should I?
Yeah, there's no toenail on her big toe.
I have no toenail, and it's because of my drunk friend. Her name's Gio, and bitch,
Thanks
if
a
you
lot,
watch this,
Gio.
it's your fault. I don't know if I can even show it.
Oh wait, hold on.
You're welcome.
Wait, put it. No, put it cross leg. Cross leg. Keep it right there. Keep it right there. Don't move it.
Gross.
Don't move it.
Disgusting.
Don't move it. Shut up, Joey. Hold on.
Stop. Stop.
Okay, keep it there for a second. I'm gonna zoom back out so Nick Cage will be right on top of it. Fuck
Ew,
yeah,
bro.
dude.
So you guys,
Guys,
Yeah.
stop.
Pigs are not for free.
before this, the piggies were on fleek, but now that the toe is missing,
Just a nail.
we're taking all donations.
It's the toenail. It's not your whole toe that is missing.
I mean,
The toe is gone.
Ryan, please don't.
It's just a nail.
It's the whole toe, okay?
You have a toe.
You're minimizing my pain, and it's not okay.
I don't appreciate
I'm acknowledging the fucking facts, dude. You have a toe, just
It's-
no nail.
It's practically gone. If there's no toenail, is there even a toe?
Me too.
Yes. Your balance would be all fucked up right now. You wouldn't even be able to walk
Ew.
right.
Someone begs to differ. I don't know.
You'd be walking like a 65-year-old woman. You need a
I
cane.
kind of do now. It rubs. Have you ever had a bare toenail rub against a fucking shoe? It's painful. Like, this is painful.
Oh, it probably hurts like a
It's
motherfucker.
like something I've never felt before. It's like a sensory.
It's a
issue.
weird sensation.
My
for
tism
sure.
is
Yeah.
tisming.
Tism is
It's
tisming.
The tisming. 'cause I've never felt that, and it just it's like sends shivers down my fucking spine.
The chill.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
afraid-
having new senses of pain is just like. That noise almost sounded like pleasurable.
Yeah. It's like borderline, you know.
Yeah, borderline. Like, am I
I know,
coming
like-
or am I in pain? I don't know.
When he puts it in my entrance only.
That's when we know. That's when we know. That's so crazy. But anyways, my boyfriend tried to kill himself.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we're back to this.
Back to that. Anyways, back to me.
This podcast is all about you.
It's not me. It's Sienna. It's Sienna talk.
Sienna talk.
Sienna
Sienna talk.
Sienna talk. Please. But no, for real though. Like I wasn't allowed to date in high school, so and my ex boyfriend knew that in high
Mhm.
school, and so he showed up to my house. He was like, "I'll ring your doorbell if you don't come downstairs and see me." It's like 2 a.m.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like 15 years old.
Oh god.
And I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna fucking out me right now. I'm about to get my ass beat by my black daddy. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go see him. And I went downstairs to go see him. He's like, so glad I get to see you. And I'm like, what do you want from me? He's like, well, since we broke up. I'm like, yeah, you didn't kill yourself, did you? He's like, I would just say that. And I was like,
so happy to
because
see
you
you
s-
alive.
yeah, I was like, because you said you're gonna kill yourself, and you didn't. So you're here.
So you're a pussy.
Yeah, you're a pussy. And he's like,
liar.
yes, and he was dating this girl who was in college at the time. And he goes, well, the girl I was dating, I got her pregnant. I'm like, okay, okay,
fine.
What?
why are you at my house about this?
Right.
And he was like, well, she went to the club. I was like, she went to the club? He's like, yeah, she went to the club.
What?
The club.
The club.
Oh.
Dude, are you cool?
No.
The club.
It's the club.
I'm fucking lame because I've never heard that in my fucking life.
It's
Club.
there's a lot of, I mean, it's more
Broad
like,
City. It's
yeah.
We're all fam in the club.
I hate it.
Oh, I hate it too.
I think you're just racist. I don't know.
It's-
It's the club.
Well, how is that racist?
It's the club.
Is that
We're all fam in the club.
Well, okay, so that's what I'm not gonna. I didn't want to
Broad
say it
City,
because I'm
it's Broad
obviously
City.
not that race, but it's a lot of black people that say it
Yeah,
that way.
it's the club.
It's usually
Oh.
dudes,
Wait,
like black dudes. that
Have
say
you
it that
have
way.
you seen Broad City?
No.
no?
You gotta watch, dude. You gotta watch Broad City. It's Alana and Abby, and they're two chicks in New York, and it's the funniest.
Oh, you know
shit.
what? Yes, I've seen.
Yes,
I've not
they
seen
do
all
like
of it.
they do like shrooms and a bunch of drugs in this show, and they're so like one's like more established and one's like a pothead that lives off like fucking dimes and nickels in New York City.
Yeah.
Really?
It's the funniest shit. She like jacks off a tree to help her find her friend.
Jacks
And
off
she's
a
just
tree?
jacking off the tree, and then she pulls her hand out, and it's like all like white and wet.
Sap.
She's like, Abby, I'm coming for you. And she like tries to find her friend who's like lost in like a hole in the park to go to a dog wedding. You have to watch.
It
the
sounds
show.
entirely
Chaotic.
random.
It's so funny. And she goes, in the club, we're all fam. Abby's like, what? She's like, in the club, we're all fam. She's like, I don't know. She's like, Abby, are you racist? Or like, what do you not get about in the club, we're all family. What do you not get about that? So yeah. So in the club.
club.
So he was like, in the club. I was like, oh, she was in the club? She's like, yeah, she was in the club. And I was like, what about her? She was pregnant in the club and she was dancing and she lost the baby. I said, she lost the baby in the club? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Well, I'm really sad about that. Can you comfort me? No, I'm not going to do that.
No.
About your girlfriend who was in college who was dancing at the club while pregnant. I'm not going to do that.
What was he to you?
He was my ex-boyfriend at that point. Because at first he was like, oh, I'm going to kill myself if you don't date me, if you don't stay with me. I'm like, no, I go ahead and do it. Pull the trigger, buddy.
Yeah, what a
I'll buy the
weirdo.
bullets for you if you want. I was like 14, 15 years old.
I'll load it up, dog.
I'll load it up for you. I was like playing mind games with him. I was like, go ahead and do it. I dare you. Because I was like, he's
I
not gonna-
triple dog dare you,
he's
dude.
not gonna-
Yeah.
I've actually said that to somebody who said that to me before. I said triple dog dare ya
Yeah.
as a response.
And thank God he didn't, because if he did, I might have been an accessory to a murder.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because he would have been the one that is like,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
need
I
to
knew
jump.
that fool wasn't gonna do
No,
it.
yeah, thank God
Jump
he
off
didn't.
that bridge,
No, yeah,
please.
and I knew he wasn't gonna do, because he's a narcissist. Like, who comes to your ex girlfriend's house talking about their girlfriend dancing at the club of losing their baby?
Clurb.
I don't think that was even a real thing. I think he just wanted to come see me.
No, yeah, he probably totally lied about that.
Yeah, and
Oh,
like,
I do too.
Some
I
people
know.
are fucking freaks, man.
and then I mean, I did end up fucking him again.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
God, Sienna. What
I
the
didn't say I
fuck?
didn't say I was emotionally stable, but
Or at least had
toxic.
any kind of sense about you? Because
No,
that's insane. That doesn't make sense,
I
Sienna.
was
Why?
a person craving love. Okay, I'm sorry.
Was he at least good in bed?
I don't know. I was
Or-
like, I was like maybe 17 at the time.
Oh, okay.
We didn't fuck at first, but then once I started having sex, he was like the second person I had sex with,
Oh,
and
okay.
I was like, okay,
Well, that's
then
in context. I
Yeah.
got you. That makes sense.
But then he recorded us having sex
Without you knowing.
without me knowing.
Oh.
Because like we were having sex, and then
Gross.
he like left the
Yeah.
room, and I saw a phone propped up in his closet, and I was like, this little short king bitch ass, like I can't believe him. He's
That's
recording.
insane.
And I grabbed the phone, and it was like dying.
I would have broke that phone instantly.
He-
No
she
comment.
she was just trying to insult him any way possible.
Yeah,
He's a
hey, we're all
he's
the
a
same
short
height, Ben.
bitch. He ain't no
Yeah,
king.
he was a short bitch.
Short
So-
bitch.
He knows
Not
who he
even a
is.
king.
No, not even a king. He's more like a fucking jester. But we were like, I like saw the phone when I grabbed it, like died, because clearly it was there for a while.
Yeah.
He was
'Cause I don't-
recording the whole
I don't
damn
put out.
thing.
I don't put out easy, guys. I'm a tease. It's gonna be a while till you fuck me, but eventually you will.
Yeah.
And so we were there for like an hour before we fucked. And so once I grabbed it, it was like dying. It was like dead, and I was like, oh shit, he was recording us. And I was like, were you recording us? He's like, no,
Thanks.
I wasn't. And I was like, dude, you literally were. And then like a year or two
Tried
later,
denying it. still.
yes, he tried denying. I was like, dude,
As you
phone
see
is-
the phone on recording.
it's propped up. I'm like, I literally see that it's recording. Turn it on and delete it. He's like, oh, I don't know, it doesn't work anymore. It was
Oh
just
my
in there."
God.
Dude, men are so fucking dumb.
They are.
I'm like, you're dumb. And then also women are also dumb. And but
Yeah, they were just people.
after that we didn't fuck anymore. Because I was like, I'm over this shit.
Crossed the line at that point.
Yes. And then eventually like my senior year comes around, and I meet my like ex-boyfriend, and I started talking to him. Well, we were like friends at this point, and then they got my ex-boyfriend, who was like, I'm gonna like off myself. He sends me a audio recording of us fucking. Like it was like us moaning.
Yo.
What?
And he was like, I miss you.
Ew, dude.
Yeah. And I was like,
Oh,
Bro, I would have set my own phone on fire.
dude,
Oh.
I was like, I like called like,
Ugh.
before he was my boyfriend, he was like my friend. And I called my friend slash ex-boyfriend. I was like, dude, my ex-boyfriend is sending me a recording, like audio recordings of us fucking. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's so crazy.
That's so gross.
It,
It
makes
was
me
so-
uncozy now.
Dude, I was like, why do you have this? You're
What is wrong with
weird.
this dude,
Like, how
man?
many times did you record us? He was like, a lot. And I was like,
only like
that is
50
insane.
Every
times.
time.
I mean,
Like,
that's literally-
only
it's
every
literally
time we had
child
sex
porn.
ever.
Oh, that's literally child porn.
Yeah.
You think he's still jerking off to the same audio?
Oh yeah, I think all my exes are.
Yeah,
I think they all are.
it's
Because
impressive.
They all have that
it's
hidden
not-
photo locker.
Literally, it's not nothing new for me to get a video of me, like of us fucking.
That fake
Like-
calculator boy.
Yes, like even my current ex, he sent me a video of us fucking.
Why?
He's like thinking about us. At this point,
After you hadn't talked to him for months or something?
yes, like we broke up in 2019. He sends me a video like in 2020, thinking about us. The current theme is stop making sex tapes. Don't make them because it's insane. Unless you're married to that person.
Well, no,
Even then, I don't
No,
know.
I think you just have
Bad taste.
bad taste in men.
Yeah.
I mean, You're not wrong. You're not. You're not wrong.
You just
And you
you
can
just
come back.
have-
Honestly, I date a lot of Hispanic men, so I like the toxicness.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of Mexican men could be probably good partners. I don't know.
Okay, the one who was like, I'm gonna kill myself was Mexican. Everyone else was either Puerto Rican, Honduran, or
You never date white boys?
Cuban. The white guy I actually fucked was the one that was like, fuck like a caveman.
Oh, that was the only one.
Last and my
Oh,
only
that's your
white
only
man.
white boy?
That's my last.
Honestly, white
and
boys
only
are
white-
where it's at, dude.
You know what they say?
I
Once
love white boys.
once you go white, your credit goes right.
Yeah, you right.
Honestly, I might
You gotta give
quit.
white boys another try, dude. We're pretty
Yeah.
fire.
I don't know.
You gotta know. You can't pick the douchebag white boys though, man.
I tried not
Because
to.
it seems like you go after douchey guys in general. From
Honestly, it's all Hispanic men. They're all douchebags. So
really,
no, I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I don't think that's true.
All Hispanic men are douchebags.
I think it's just the ones you've met so far.
you just have a taste, and your
I
taste
can-
is
no.
douches.
yeah.
You like sucking on them douches, damn it.
I mean,
Ew.
And I'm already sick of it.
they treat me so bad. I love it. Mm. So
Give
good.
him the mic.
I've only dated Hispanic women, and I can say
Okay, we can't hear a single word you're saying anyway.
Shut your mouth, bitch.
It's not that hard, bro.
Bro, here.
It's like
I've
this every
only-
episode with him.
I've only like dated Hispanic women, and they are toxic, so I can kind of feel where you're going with that. Like
Mhm.
maybe it's just maybe it's part of the culture to be toxic.
It's the
You gotta
trauma.
find the mutts, okay? The ones that are mixed, that are like half white, half
Yeah.
Mexican, that's where it's at, okay?
That's
And I don't want to say that against all Mexicans in general because
Yeah,
that's
she's
not
Hispanic,
true.
by the way?
Yeah, I'm Hispanic, so I kind of take like I don't think that all
Yeah.
Mexican dudes or Mexican women are toxic.
Yeah.
We're feisty.
The Mexican women
we're
are
feisty as
elite.
fuck.
I
It's
honestly-
It's the
in your
Mexican
place,
men.
but,
It's the Mexican men. Mexican women are elite. Don't get me wrong.
Oh
no,
yeah.
Mexican women are elite.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I love Hispanic culture in general.
Yeah, same. The food's fire. The music's fire.
Music debatable, but everything else
Love
is
the
great.
music.
And the music makes them so happy that it makes it enjoyable. But the music itself is, if I was ever listening to it, I'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, I was gonna say there's times where I put my Spanish music on, and I
Depende
think it
banda.
only makes him happy for it to be on because I'm enjoying it. So
Right.
much.
Like if I see a party of a bunch of fucking beans just going nuts to some fire ass fucking
It's
Hispanic
always
music,
that song.
I'm like, dude, I want to jump in this fucking pan with
That's
one
why
right now.
everybody's like, yes.
Yeah. I like reggaeton. I'm not a fan of banda or anything.
I love all of it.
Yeah.
Mariachi,
Puerto Ricans are where it's at.
hand it over.
Boricua for life.
Puerto
Elvis
Ricans?
Crespo.
Yeah. I would give it all up for a Puerto Rican man. Like literally, I would give up my social security number for a Puerto Rican man.
Oh, see, and that's
That's
the thing.
probably
is, like,
easy bagging.
raised Hispanic, was raised that is not even an option.
Like I would let
don't
him
even go that way.
I would let him take my social security card, open all the credit cards up he wants.
What's it about Puerto Rican men that really just makes you go crazy?
Sam, bro,
Gross.
like it's just like the way they talk is so like smooth
Gross.
and I don't know.
I don't think it's smooth.
So, hola, mami, boricua. Like they're just so.
I'm like,
fine.
ugh, get the
They're
fuck
so
out of here.
fine.
It's like
They
if
have a swag.
No.
They have a swag to them. They have
Like,
like,
you can take all that swag because I want nothing to do with it.
like Mexican men don't have the type of swag that Puerto Rican men do.
yeah.
What are you
uh,
Mexican?
Yeah.
What?
No, but Puerto
He has a lot of Mexican friends.
Yeah, no. Mexican men.
The only thing I like
don't
about
have the
them
men
is
of
their
Puerto Rican.
rice.
Yeah,
rice
but
is banging.
arroz con dulce
Puerto Rican rice is
fire.
gas, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Fire! It's fucking fire.
Fire. You're
I'm
right.
the soundboard.
Yeah, because mine doesn't work anymore. Fire! Fucking fire!
It's good, but I'm currently doing like a passport of men. So I've done Mexican,
What?
Puerto Rican. I've done
Just getting the coin
Honduran,
collection down.
Yeah, I've done Honduran. I've done Italian men. Mine.
She's gonna try all 31 flavors.
What are the best?
Hispanic men are the best. But
Oh.
I personally
White boys.
would not fuck a black guy just because
Same.
it's just daddy trauma. My dad's black, so I
Yeah.
just like correlate every black man with my dad.
Oh, that
It's
sucks.
that's where my daddy drama comes from. It's the black man. Like there's some black guys I'll find attractive, but then I'm like,
Could you do
I
it?
literally see my father in them. I'm like, do not get on top of
Aw.
me. Do not touch me.
I'm sorry.
So literally, I don't.
Because that just cuts off a whole demographic.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
sucks.
I'm in the same boat, not for the same reason my dad's not black, but like for some reason, even the women, there's no attraction. Like I can see that somebody is attractive,
Oh, I love.
but I'm not personally
Black women.
attractive.
Black women are fucking
Black
fire,
women are
dude.
so fire.
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 Fire, bro.
They're so underrated. It's like,
Dude, they're
bro.
underrated, underappreciated.
Underappreciated.
Dude, I hate how black women are treated, man, because they
Black
are
women
gold.
So fire. Like the way.
Like,
There's so many
especially,
different types. Like
yes,
there's like indie,
Like-
alti, goth. I'm like, oh my god.
like
There's it's so many
like a
different-
light
Baskin
skin,
Robbins.
a light
Yeah, that's
skin,
what-
slim, thick baddie is just like fuck.
You can get a black woman in any shade, any color.
No,
light
yeah.
skin, dark skin.
It's crazy.
medium
There's so
skin.
many options just to the
So many
black women category in general.
And with white women, it's all like you either get a white woman with blonde hair, a white woman with brown hair, and that's all you got.
Yeah, or a white woman with
Or
done
like
hair.
red hair, yeah.
But white women are pretty fucking bad too. You know, there's some baddies of the white women.
You love it.
Honestly, Latinas are the best though.
Yeah.
I was about to
Latinas
say,
take
he
the
better
cake.
tread
I'm-
carefully and mention me because I swear to God.
I'm in the Latin Hispanic era, and
Yeah.
I can do like a mixed guy, mixed woman.
Okay.
It's just I don't know. It's white people and black people. Literally, both my parents. I just don't.
It's
Really?
understandable with white people,
I
dude.
don't know.
Most white people suck.
Yeah.
It's like not.
That's
not-
why I claim that I'm
not that
100%
way.
Hispanic.
Yes, it's like a way where it's like
She's not. She's
you know,
50-50.
like, I feel like
Yeah, unfortunately.
no offense to anyone. I guess it's like anyone who says that it's offense. But like white people just don't like interest
Saltine
me
crackers.
as the way as like other cultures do. I feel like
Oh, of course, because white people don't really have a culture.
there's not there's not much culture.
No,
it's
not at all.
like, when like
They're Murica and that's it.
no, yeah, and I always say like I'm like Italians are spicy white people.
Yeah.
They're the
The
Italians
seasoned
are
white
the
people.
colored of the white people.
Yeah.
Italians are white.
Italians are like the colored of white peoples.
Yeah.
They're white.
My godfather is Italian. He literally has like black people textured hair. He's like pure Italian. And they all like every pure Italian I meet, they have like thick, coarse hair.
Mm.
And I'm like, my dad always was like, pure Italians, they got a little black in them. They do. They low key
They're
do
the
because they're
seasoned
so
white
dark.
people.
Italian, like pure Italian people are so dark, and like they have like textured hair, and like American Italian people, yeah, they're always dark as fuck. They always have textured hair.
Careful, Joey.
They always
Jesus.
they always have a colored curly hair. So I'm like I always say like Italians are like the spicy of like the Caucasians. They're always like the spicier version.
They're still just white though.
Yeah, they're like white people, but like they're like the spice. They're the
They are.
hater.
Yeah, you're white
They're
as fuck.
Clearly, he's Irish.
You were a hick,
These are like
Joey. You were a hick in high school. Let me remind you. You were a
He's
hillbilly.
Italian American. American Italian.
You-
Italians are like the buttered Ritz crackers, and other white people are just
Like
the saltines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, you're a
Italians are spicy white people.
You're a spicy white boy. It's okay.
Spicy white boy. He is. Honestly, my favorite combo.
He's getting so offended. He said we could all suck a fat baby's dick. It's okay that you're white, Joey. We still love you.
Jail time for that one. But
Right.
honestly,
Wait, jail
Oh.
time.
my favorite combo was like when a white guy gets with a black woman. So it's Josh. And I always
dude.
say Josh is a spicy white boy. He knows what's up. Like white men getting with a black woman. I'm just like, I love that. Or like any colored woman in general. I just love it. I appreciate it even more.
Oh yeah,
I feel like it's definitely in the Midwest. You see more white men getting with white women.
yeah,
Like when I see a white man get with a colored woman, I'm just like, I love you.
yeah.
Mhm.
You're doing God's work right now. Like you're amazing.
Yeah.
Just love that. Any woman of color, Hispanic, Black, whatever.
Oh,
Asian, it's
okay,
like,
cool.
wow.
I was like, wait, are you looping me into
That's why I
this
pointed
category
at
too?
you.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
It's like as in the Midwest, like you see all the Chads
Oh,
and
yeah.
Trevors, they date fucking Britneys.
Just like blonde dumb
Britney's and
bitches.
Heathers.
But
Britney's and
the
Heathers,
Chads,
like-
the Chads, the Brads, all those kind of fucking white guys, I
They
hate them.
suck.
I
Yeah,
hate
I
them
want
just
nothing
as
to
much
do
as you do.
like basic white women, which is like it's fine. You have your preference, but it's like it's such a like a random
Turn that
occurrence
shit
when
down.
when you see a white man date a person of color. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah,
you're like a unicorn, like a white
the fuck?
buffalo.
right. I don't know. As far as like a lot of my white friends go, most of my white guy friends are dating women of color.
I love that.
I only have maybe like one or two white guys that I'm friends with that have a type that's just white women.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of times, like when I do see like in the wild or social media, I don't see a lot of white men dating a black woman or Hispanic. You know what I mean?
The white
Especially
men
that one.
the white men dating black women is very
Yeah, it's
uncommon
rare,
out
yeah.
here.
Especially in the Midwest.
Which is
I can't speak for
weird.
everywhere else, but in the Midwest, I don't see that
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot at all.
Which is very strange to me because like
yeah,
the black women are fucking they're fire, dude.
they're
Like
fire.
they're very
and
underappreciated.
I feel like black women are fire in bed. From what I've seen and heard, they're
Oh,
like, they
dude.
throw it down.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me the tips.
I've been with two and yeah,
They're freaks in the shade. That's
mhm,
for sure.
you ain't wrong.
But yeah, I love to see when a white man mixes it up. It's good. It's
You,
fun.
you fucking have to, bro. Sticking to white only is so lame.
Yeah,
That's so lame.
I know.
I don't want to go meet your other white parents, dude. I want to meet
Get your
like
translucent babies out of here.
I want to meet like a different culture. I want to meet something new because white
Yeah.
people are so fucking boring and they
Yeah.
don't have any. I don't have no culture, bro.
No, yeah,
I have nothing.
I'm sorry, but the kids that are mixed are the best.
they are. They are. It makes
Because they have the options of both
Yeah.
worlds.
we
you
get
know?
we get two options to choose from. All right.
Yeah.
And like that's the thing where it's like I do believe like white people have like some sort of like of a culture,
Not
but it's
really
not,
though.
It's not as rich as all the other ones.
There's no
are.
richness. There's no
It's
substance.
not.
There's
It's-
no like
it's-
community based around the culture itself.
Yes, it's because
There's
they've already
nothing.
had so much where it's like because of the other people who had to fight so hard, it gave them more depth.
It's like white people have just stolen everything.
Yeah.
Like our ancestors have stolen everything to the point that we don't even have our own culture anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have nothing.
Yeah.
We have nothing because we have stolen everything.
Yeah.
So now it's nothing.
It's
Yeah.
not
You
know,
yours
y-
to begin with.
No, right.
Yeah.
It's
And like I do
it
appreciate
fucking blows.
like I do appreciate like white men and white women. Like I do like where it's like I wouldn't mind dating someone who's like white, but it's like it's just never like I just like especially in the Midwest, they're never attracted to me. They really aren't. Like
Really?
going to high school, it's always been like Hispanic men or black men or black women, Hispanic women have been attracted to me more than white men.
I don't know if that's true. Maybe white men aren't as vocal and upfront about it
Maybe, yeah, maybe that's
They're
I was
not.
gonna say because I would say the same thing most of the time.
because
I would feel like it's the dudes of color that
Yeah,
approach me
that
or that make
approach me.
comments to me.
white
or say
men
things to
are
me.
harder to get.
Yeah, because
They are.
I mean,
Because
growing-
I already
yeah.
know off the top of my head that I could say right now to you, I know 5 different white guys that would definitely be down to hook up or date you. Like literally, bro.
Fuck it up.
So you're wrong about that. It's
There's a
just,
choice.
it's just, yeah, I got you, but no.
Yeah. Like,
Um,
I feel like the white guys that I did like in like high school and stuff like that, they never like really
approached
like
you.
I would be like, I like you. And they're like, I don't like you. I'm
You
like,
were approaching the wrong ones.
okay, got it. I'm like, okay, got it. Like I had the biggest crush on some guy in like elementary school. I think his name was like Jarrett McGee. I was so he's like a famous like
Jeremy.
photographer now. And I was like so obsessed with him and he chose the white girl every time. And I'm like,
Hmm. I'm sorry. That
bitch.
sucks.
He's like a skater guy, like Justin Bieber hair. And I was like,
Oh.
you're like every girl's wet dream.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, please be my wet dream. And
Right.
he never was.
Fuck him.
Every like Christmas I like made a wish for him to be my boyfriend. I was like, please, Santa Claus.
Well, yeah, that's elementary school shit. Yeah.
Never happened. Clearly, Santa Claus isn't real, but whatever.
Whatever. Fuck Santa, dude.
No, for real. You think there's
Fuck
like
that
some?
fat bitch.
You think there's some adults who actually still believe in Santa Claus? Like dead
Adults?
ass? Yeah,
Full grown adults?
yeah.
I'm sure if they have like, uh
Oh shit. Joey
like
thinks Santa Claus is real.
like far enough on the downs.
Sometimes I see I watch Polar Express and that makes me think Santa Claus is real. Like I'll be like, maybe he is real. And he's just
Because of
he's
Polar
just the friends
Express.
we made along the way. Yeah.
Uh,
Yo,
that is a good movie.
I actually
It
don't
makes
like
me
that
laugh again.
movie.
Yeah, she doesn't. She does
Every
not.
time
The characters creep me out, and honestly, it's pretty boring.
See, back then it was cool, but now it's like they're a little creepy. But every time I do the braids, Felicity goes, "You look like that black girl from Polar Express."
Oh my god.
Fucking bitch.
I need to see you in braids now.
I'm gonna send you a picture you can insert in the video, but like,
Okay.
I'm gonna send
So
you a photo.
my cousin, I'm not gonna say her name because I literally only have like 2 girl cousins, and she'd be so mad that I told the story. But when we went to like a family breakfast, like my family would all get together
Yeah.
because we're all over the place.
Mhm.
But we would like meet up and go to breakfast, and it was like around the holidays, and my cousin, I kid you not, was 17 years old, sitting at the table, and they were talking about Christmas and Santa and like how Santa's gonna come deliver presents and all this. And me and my brother are just sitting there snickering at each other because we know it's not real. My mom told us Santa wasn't real when we were like 5 years old. She fucking destroyed it immediately.
Yeah.
But so like it is what it is. So we're over here laughing to each other, and my cousin is like in this story, dude. She's listening to every word. She's in it. And my aunt's just like going and going and going, talking about how if you guys are good, you're gonna get all the presents and blah blah blah.
From Santa.
And I don't remember exactly what I said, but I said something smart assy. I always do. I always soil it. But I said something smart assy about it, and my cousin looks over at me and she goes, like starts crying, bro. Santa's not real. And my aunt turns to me and goes, "You did not just do that. Do you understand how long I've been keeping this up for?" She's 17 years old. And she went off on me, bro. In front of the whole family, went off on me about how I'm a terrible person and that I'm going to hell because I ruined it for her.
Okay, but Santa's
like,
not
bro.
real after the age of 11.
Right.
Fucking for real.
Right.
Santa's not real after you're the age of
And
11.
so now anytime I see that cousin, she always finds a way to bring it up about how I destroyed
Dude,
Santa for her.
You're almost an adult. You still
17.
think Santa's
bro.
real?
Dude, that shit is bananas. BANANAS.
You want to know how I found out Santa wasn't real? My fucking mom and my dad are so fucking loud. Big mouth bitches. Big
Mhm.
mouth, big bag bitches.
Same. That's how I found
We
out.
were
too.
literally in our bedroom, and of course, the Davis way. We leave everything for last minute. And so we
Mhm.
literally hear people rustling downstairs. And like you're a kid. You're so you're so excited you can't fall asleep.
Did you see your parents fucking?
Oh, I've heard them fucking.
Did you go down and see them fucking thinking it was Santa?
No.
Oh my god.
I went down before.
Oh,
my
God.
my dad was dressed as Santa, and it ruined it for me. That's
First
how I
of all,
found out.
No, yeah, my dad's black, so I was like, Santa's not black. My dad-
Santa, you weren't a black Santa household.
Yeah.
That's wild. With the black dad, that's crazy.
No, my dad had a
Santa's
Santa
black.
suit, and he would come down as Santa suit, and I was like, it's not black, it's white. And I was like, no, he's a Negro, and I was like,
Oh, so
Is
he
he
was a black Santa guy,
yes.
but
My mom's white, so she's like, Santa's white. Come on. You think
it's a
Negro
constant
can
battle.
afford all these presents? I was like, oh shit, the race wars are on.
Right? Yeah, that's hilarious, bro.
Like we went downstairs. I spoiled it for my brother. He's like 4 years younger than me. I went downstairs. I saw my mom putting gifts underneath the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Oh,
And she
no.
would write.
And she wasn't getting her
From
cheeks
Santa.
clapped.
Once I got older, I knew my mom's handwriting. She
Yeah.
wrote Santa, and I was like, that's literally my mom's handwriting.
Yeah.
The bitch ain't playing nobody. I'm 12 years old. I know it's you.
Yeah.
And so like I wanted to see if it was her. I like went down like because we had stairs going down and we had like a little like a bonus room like next to like the foyer, and that's where our Christmas tree would go.
Mhm.
And I saw her putting gifts under there, and I was like, oh my god,
You're like this fucking
Santa's
bitch.
Soiled it.
not real. I
Yeah.
knew it.
Uh,
And then one day she goes, like the next year she goes, oh yeah, like oh we're gonna like make sure you're good for Santa. And I was like, Santa's not real. You're Santa. And she was like,
You're Santa.
don't tell your siblings. I'm like, I have a big mouth. I already told them.
Yeah.
I told them last
They
year.
already
Actually,
know.
they already know. I showed them last year, and she was like, "Oh, could you? You're ruining Christmas."
The only one I held on to for as long as I possibly could was the Tooth Fairy because I knew I would keep getting money out of it.
I was like,
That's
"Santa's
funny.
not real, but at least the Tooth Fairy is.
Yeah, that's
like,
exactly what I did.
Keep paying these
That
little
is
shit.
exactly what I did.
I was
I
like,
was like, the Easter Bunny's not
Like-
real, and Santa's not real, and
Fuck.
this person's not real. But like, at least the Tooth Fairy is
Yeah.
real. At least I can rely on the Tooth Fairy.
Easter Bunny
But I
died when we
feel
were
like-
6 years old.
But I feel like it would have been smarter to keep pretending that you believe in Santa Claus because you get more presents.
oh no.
Well, my
Yeah,
sister
versus-
ruined it.
My mom's a psycho. She like our photos from Christmas are insane. My mom would spend like maybe like $3,000 a year on
Oh
Christmas.
wow.
Oh yeah,
Lucky.
she was she would start shopping for Christmas right after Christmas. Like when
Oh yeah, all
Wow.
the savings.
anything we would be like, oh I like that, buying it for you for Christmas.
Wow.
Like we would get like smaller birthday gifts. Like
I'm
we would
so
get like
sorry.
a couple things.
Birthdays or whatever. It's
Yeah.
all about Christmas.
Yes. My mom was a very big Christmas fan. She loves
Yeah.
Christmas. Like that's her favorite holiday.
That's white people's one thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's our
I
culture.
hate
That's our
Christmas.
culture.
That's our culture.
Christmas, dude.
That's white people's
Yeah.
one thing. That's our culture is Christmas.
White person, what's your favorite holiday? Christmas.
That's our culture.
And maybe that's
man.
why I hate it
That's
so
all we
much.
got.
I like Halloween or like Thanksgiving. I want
I
to feed my
love
fucking
Halloween.
face.
That's my favorite holiday.
Halloween's my favorite because I can
Yeah.
pretend to be somebody else for a day.
I just love the
Thanksgiving's
spooky
my second favorite because I can eat my feelings and not get judged for it.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me coming to the realization that my whole
I
life, my
know.
only culture was
And
Christmas.
Christmas.
It's Christmas. White people love like fuck. My mom
Yeah.
gets so serious. Soundboard.
Yeah, right.
Love Christmas, bro. So she would be shopping all year round for Christmas.
Fuck.
No, my mom would wait till the last second. She shoved all the presents in the closet. Like I wouldn't fucking find them. I found them.
Yeah.
And like you said, her handwriting. I knew my mom's handwriting.
My
She was a nurse.
goodness.
She had shitty handwriting. Like I knew it was
Yeah,
her.
she should have had my dad write that.
I
shit.
opened the, she asked me to get her she asked me to get her umbrella out the closet one day. I opened it and I was like,
Yes.
oh, Santa came early because here are
Yes.
the presents that say from
No, yeah.
Santa.
And collectively, as like a sibling group, we all knew our dads didn't pitch in shit. I was like,
Yeah.
this is all from my mother. Like,
Yeah.
she's attentive. She's paying attention. She said, I wanted the new Juicy Couture boots, and she paid attention. She
That's
got
like
them
getting
for me.
socks and
You think
underwear.
my dad knows what song I want?
Right.
No.
Fuck
He
no.
doesn't know what the new Pink song I wanted, all right? Victoria's Secret
I wouldn't-
song.
You
That's
probably
all
want
Mama.
you wouldn't want to get that gift from your daddy anyway.
So somebody joined my live and said, Santa's not real.
Yeah.
Shit. They are
Sorry,
real.
no. He's
If you
real.
If you believe he's real, then he's real.
Believe hard enough. He'll
He'll be real.
he'll magically reappear.
Coming to me.
Stop being a fucking Grinch, you son of a bitch.
I've
Yeah.
always been a Grinch. My mom has called me a Grinch. Everybody's called me a Grinch. I fucking hate Grinch.
You're not even a Grinch. You're a Krampus. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's
I have my own movie.
Yes, bro. When you have a crackhead daddy, and as we have a crackhead,
I do.
Shit gets serious, guys.
It got so quiet, right? When if
Yeah.
you have a crackhead daddy,
Got quiet because
Wait,
literally
wait.
all same.
It's getting serious.
all three of us have crackhead daddies.
When you have a crackhead daddy, they like
There's a lot
No.
wrong with a
they
crackhead
try
dad.
to like purposely destroy Christmas for you.
They try to
They get
purposely
so
destroy
manic.
everything.
They get so manic around Christmas. I'm
Yes.
like, are you good? Like, this is a time of joy. Eat your baklava
Fucking
and
hated
shut
your
the fuck up.
So with my biological dad, I don't even remember him on Christmas because he was just never really there.
Yeah.
Like it was always my grandparents and my mom. And then when my stepdad came in, my dad came in, but then it was like a family thing, but it was
Nah,
never, you
dude.
know what I mean?
Honestly, Christmas is always the worst time of the year for me during my childhood.
I know, and I've been
Yeah.
trying to change that about you because, dude, this is my one
hate-
part.
I
This
hate
is
the music.
this is my culture,
I hate
okay?
the white people. I hate the music.
You need to respect Christmas because this is my culture. This is all I have. Okay, it's all. That's why last year in fucking like November, I was ready to get Christmas shit.
No, dude.
Daddy needs some culture, okay?
Some culture.
I already started shopping for it, so.
I did not. I always procrastinate.
Honestly,
Like, shopping. No,
Anytime.
I'll put up the decorations early as fuck. But as far as getting
No, yeah.
gifts, I'm like last minute.
Really? Anytime
terrible.
I go
I wait
anywhere-
for like Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
That's what I did too. Anytime I go shopping, like thrifting or anything, if I see something that like for my friends or family, I'm like, oh, they would love that.
That's
That's
awesome.
going for Christmas.
Damn, I respect you for that. That's
'Cause it's
that's
like-
sick.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, there's no other reason for me to buy it for them, so it's gonna just go for Christmas. It's
Yeah.
like it's
Okay.
thrifting, so it's like under
Yeah.
$10.
Right,
So I'm
right,
like,
yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like last year for my friend Felicity, I bought her so many things because it was like through thrifting. I
Yeah.
bought her half of her gifts. That was like $60, and she
I like-
got like so many things for thrifting.
I like how you said my friend Felicity. Like I don't already
Oh yeah,
know
our
her.
friend collectively.
Yeah.
But for the people who don't know her,
Right, yeah. For the podcast.
Felicity, facility.
Do you want to guess how long we've already been going with the actual episode?
2 hours.
You nailed it. 2 hours, 5 minutes.
I know. I'm psychic. I'm a witch.
Yeah,
I am.
that was impressive.
Truthfully, I see dead people.
It doesn't feel like a full 2 hours. Feels definitely like maybe an hour, 20
Have you ever
minutes.
had a ghost rape you? Oh, rape
Y-
you?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
that crazy?
Yeah. Sleep paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleep paralysis is scary.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'll tell you one sleep paralysis story that I have that's fucking insane.
Okay, perfect.
So when I was working at UPS, I have a scar to show it too.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
under the sleeve. There you go.
Oh my god.
When I was working at UPS, I fell off the back of the truck and broke this left arm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
No, you didn't know me then.
You told me the story about it.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Like not the full story, but like you like, yeah.
yeah. So fell off the truck, broke my arm, and while I was still recovering at my grandma's house, is when I had one of my first sleep paralysis dreams. I actually haven't had one in I think in about a year. I would only have them at my grandma's house almost like every night. I would have one at my grandma's house.
Yeah.
Here, I've had like maybe two.
Haunted.
You know, so there's some spooky shit going on in my Mormon
Mormonism.
grandmother's house. I don't know what weird Mormon voodoo shit she be doing over there, bro, but it's something fucking off.
See,
Okay.
my feet smell like corn chips, so I'm sorry.
That's hot.
Yeah, it is hot.
It's like a good.
Let me lick
corn
them
chip
pigs,
smell.
ma.
Yeah,
I feel like I could smell it.
it's like a good like
Oh,
Dorito
yeah.
smell. It's not like a bad like.
I'm feeling
nasty-
I'm feeling Frito-y.
Yes, it's like a good.
You're
smell,
wafting
though.
it, and
Not
that's
bad.
helping.
It's not a bad
You're
one.
really wafting it right.
It's not a bad one. It's like it's a little like
It's feedy,
it's
but
feedy, but like
Frito feedy.
but yeah,
Thank
like
you.
a good Frito feedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So, so, yeah. So I was still recovering, and I had to sleep on my grandma's couch. So, no, not with. Shut up, Joey. He said with your
With
grandma.
your grandma.
Yeah, and it just threw me off there for a second.
Nobody.
So I was sleeping on the couch and I was having this dream, but to me it didn't feel like it. It felt like I was still awake. And in this dream, I was still awake with my grandma and we were watching TV or whatever. She was sitting down next to me, and all of a sudden it was just like I had this weird gut feeling that something was off. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't know what it was, but I felt this like static. It was almost like my whole body, like when your arm falls
Yeah.
asleep,
Yeah.
It was like
Oh,
over
I
my whole
hate that
body.
feeling.
Yeah.
And then
pivotal.
I noticed some black shadow, like a silhouette, moving around in the kitchen
Yes.
in my grandma's house, and I could just feel its energy, and it was like painful, like it hurt.
Yeah.
The closer it got to me, the more I could just feel like this terror, this pain, this horrible fucking feeling. And as it was approaching me, I realized like, what the fuck is going on? Like I was looking at the TV, it was still on, and then I look over at my grandma. To me, she's still sitting there, and I'm still fully awake. I can feel myself, and I can't fucking move. But all I could do is like
Yeah.
glance over. I look over, and I see my grandma still sitting there, and all of a sudden, her head, like her whole body's there. She looks
Mhm.
normal.
Yeah.
Her head falls into her body.
Ew.
And it's just a torso, and the rest of her body's sitting there, and her head collapses into it. So it's just a headless torso. And as soon as I saw that, it was like I was like getting beamed sitting in the chair. I was like,
Yeah. You're like, oh shit.
yeah, like, and then this demon fucking thing, this energy just like came up and like went inside my body, and I was just like it was one of the craziest experiences I've ever fucking had.
Really?
And eventually I was able to like, so like that went away, but I was still stuck paralyzed.
Mhm.
And I couldn't move, so I didn't know what to do, and it was just complete silence. And I was like, what the fuck do I do right now? Like I
Yeah.
can't move. I just had this crazy ass experience. I want to like get the fuck in my car and like drive
Leave.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know where, but I want to, my arm's still in a cast, and I'm stuck there. It's still broken. Like
Yeah.
they didn't even fix anything yet. They just put it in this cast just to hold it in place before I could go under surgery. And as I'm sitting there, I'm hearing all these noises and shit in my grandma's bedroom, because it's like right behind me. Like
Yeah.
the living room's right here, kitchen's right there, grandma's bedroom's right behind me. I could hear heavy ass shit in a room shuffling around.
It's the worst.
It sounds like her fucking big ass TV dresser is just going grrr, like across the floor, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm just like, so for me to snap out of sleep paralysis, I need to like make a noise. I need to be able to like scream
Yeah. You can have
to
to. Like,
so I could like start moving. And
Yeah.
then it's really weird. So I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, as I can hear my grandma's shit shuffling around. I'm like,
Oh, God.
no, he's so right though. Yeah.
yeah, and I heard like fucking just all sorts of shit going on in her fucking room, and I'm like, and then finally I'm able to like snap out of it, and I, like,
Tism.
yeah, my tism was tisming, and it snapped me out of my paralysis.
Yeah.
I snapped out of it, and I lean up, and I'm sitting there for a second. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like,
Yes.
what was that?
It's like in the in between of dream state and like reality. You
and
don't
it's
know
like
what's real.
painful for some reason, for me
Yeah.
at least. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've had some weird ass visuals, and every
Yeah.
time it's been really like I get the staticky, like my whole body's asleep
Yeah.
feeling.
Because honestly, like I had some sleep paralysis like in my house in Joliet,
Mm-hmm.
where it was like I got so high sky. I don't know if we can say that. But I got
No,
so
you're good.
high.
Yeah,
I got so high, like
you can talk about drugs and shit. I don't give a
okay,
fuck.
I got so high where I literally was like, I opened my eyes and I was like stuck, but everything was like foggy, but like sparkly, and like it was like so like
Blissful.
fairy.
Yeah.
She was a fairy. And then the next time I had sleep paralysis, it was like demon overload.
Yes.
Because
it's
I
scary.
had yes, because it was when I first moved into my new house in Romeoville, and I was sleeping on the like taking a nap on the couch. And it's always when I'm taking a nap.
It's
and, like,
never when you're like
it's-
just fully asleep.
It was just once when that happened. It was more like a lucid dream that one time. But,
Okay. I
it
like
was-
lucid dreaming though. It's
I did.
it's pleasant.
Yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
nice.
It's crazy. And so when I had sleep paralysis, I was on the couch and I was taking a nap, waiting for my sister to get home from school, like off the bus. She's in a wheelchair. So I have to like physically take her off the bus.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping and I started waking out of my sleep, but my body wasn't awake yet.
Right.
So I opened my eyes and there's like this black floating person.
Like
I was like this,
silhouette.
and I woke up and I looked like this, and there's just I don't see a face or anything. It's just a black floating like body shaped person.
Yeah.
Just there.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I've known about sleep paralysis for so long. Like I've seen movies, Haunting of Hill House. I've seen shows, everything.
I didn't know about it until after my experience.
Yeah, so I know about it. And the best way to wake yourself up is telling yourself, this is fake, this is a dream, wake up. Wake the fuck up. Because that's why
It's
you
such a
start like
fight.
grunting, yes. Because it's like you have
It's
to
so
feel it.
exhausting.
You gotta kind of feel it in your
Yeah.
fingertips, work your way up.
It's like
get yourself out of
you
it.
have to put up such a fight
Yes.
just to wake up.
Because
it's exhausting.
Your
it's
body,
so much
yes,
energy.
Your body's not awake yet, but your mind is.
Yeah.
And it's not connected yet. Like
And you see some weird
like mentally
shit.
you're awake, but you're not, like your body's not aware that you're awake yet.
Right.
And that's why you see weird shit. You're in between dream states. So you're dreaming while awake. And that's what people are like, is it true? Are you seeing demons or are you
Do you want to hear
dreaming?
another one of my stories?
And yes, and like I literally was like grunting. I was like saying, like screaming my sister's name because I thought the bus was there.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I was like grunting,
bro.
trying to get, and I literally was like, wake up, this is not real, wake up. And I woke up in like a few seconds after that, and I was like, fire,
Dude,
it was so much fun. I would do it again.
You're a psycho. I hate
I
it.
liked it. I was like, that is so.
It takes me
crazy.
like 10 to 15 minutes to be able to get out of it because
can
it's
put it
so
real
intense. It's so
If
intense.
you do it again, I'm sure you'll be able to get it because now you know what it is.
No, it's happened to me multiple,
Really?
like probably at least
I love
40,
it.
40 I hate it.
I love
It's
it.
I love lucid dreaming. I've lucid dreamed countless times.
Yeah.
But sleep paralysis is like a very painful, like demonic experience for me. It's only
It
when I
is.
could feel the presence of like very, very negative energies
Yeah.
or like something fucked up happened around
No,
where
yeah,
I'm at.
it is, but I think it's so fascinating.
It is.
So cool.
Go ahead with your story, V.
I was gonna say I've only ever had one
Mhm.
experience like that, at least that I maybe remember. When I very first moved into my own trailer, very first night sleeping by myself, it was kind of the same ordeal. I mean, I wasn't taking a nap. I was fully dead asleep middle of the night. But I had like mood lights on and stuff.
Mhm.
And I woke up, or at least I thought that I did, and I could see this like you said, it's always like a silhouette.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a full apparition or
Yeah.
any
You can't
face,
really
no
see a face,
features,
just like
none
black,
of that. Yeah, it was just a black,
body.
like smoky facade of a
Yes.
person.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
I
It's
see
crazy that
that.
everybody sees the
Yeah.
same
it
fucking
was
things.
It's like a
really
succubus type
which
shit.
one is not normal for me. I'm a side sleeper. I'm always on my side.
Mhm.
But for some reason, I was on my back, and figure was just above me, like floating. I could see it with my eyes, like looking down. I could see the entire like apparition, I guess, above me. And it felt like, and it looked like it was holding my arms down. I was on my back and I had both of my arms up for some reason.
Mhm.
Like it was holding me down. And I didn't really feel the like tingly sensation in the entirety of my body,
Yeah.
but in my arms,
I'm so sorry. There was a baby ant crawling out.
baby ant.
It was literally like a really small miniature ant. You want to see it? It's on my back.
Ew.
Yeah.
Kill
Little baby ant. That was fucking weird. Cool.
Yeah, we have an ant problem.
You're tasty.
No, not really. I mean, that was the first one I've seen in a while.
I feel like I see a lot of ants in this house.
Continue.
But the only part of my body that I could feel that was in my wrists, where it was holding my arms down.
Oh.
But like, it was definitely like I couldn't move at all. Like I was
Yeah.
100% glued to that bed. I was
Stuck.
melting into that bed. Like I couldn't move.
Yeah.
But right on my wrist, where it was holding me down, was like,
I gotta go pee. Just keep.
okay. It was like that tingly sensation, but it also felt like my arms were on fire. Like
Yeah.
painful. Like it was breaking my wrists.
Yeah.
Type of painful.
Yeah.
And I remember like in that house, after the fact. So I never told anybody. I hate it here. I never told anybody about this, like, ever. It was my very first night sleeping in this house by myself. I fucking hate it here, dude.
He needs to piss in the cup.
Yeah, I know.
Just ass in your face. Anyways, so what was I even saying?
Yeah, it was like painful to feel that feeling.
Oh, so yeah, it was extremely like suffocating. But I never told anybody about this experience. It was my very first time by myself in this house. Like nobody else was around. I was like, okay, it was like a really fucked up dream. Like I just moved on, you know. Months later, I had like a group of friends that would always come over. We'd always hang out, play board games, all that. And one of my friends had told me while he was leaving that he would always crash there, spend the night because he would get like a little too plugged up and didn't want to drive home.
Yeah.
And so he'd just crash on my couch. And he would tell me that he would always hear things in the house. He would hear voices. He would see shadowy figures like just pass him, or he would see things in the corner of his eye. Like the house was haunted 110%. And he said, he goes, one night I was passed out on the couch and I woke up laying on my back and this figure was floating above me, holding me down by my wrists. I felt like I couldn't move and like my wrists were on fire. Exact words that I just said to you based off that experience. I looked at him and I instantly felt like I was suffocating. In that moment, I felt like I was suffocating.
That's
And like
so
I started
crazy.
crying because I was like, there is no way. I literally thought it was just a nightmare.
Yeah.
I just moved on. I was like, oh, it was a bad dream. Like I have plenty of those. It is what it is. Let's move on. And he told me that shit. I was like, holy shit, dude, this is real.
Yeah.
That is so scary.
No, yeah. Like it's like when you share those experiences with another
The
person,
same exact thing.
it's just it's like it makes it more
It's
makes reality
it-
real.
It
It
solidifies
solidifies
it.
it, yeah.
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 It set it in stone for me that like
It's-
when he told me that, I mean, I ended up living in that house for like another 2 or 3 years. Like after
Where
told
was
me
his
that.
house at?
I don't know
Beecher.
where, Beecher, Illinois.
Okay. Wait,
Um,
did you ever come to my house in Joliet?
No.
Every person that's come to that house, you can ask Gio, all of them, they swear it's haunted.
yeah,
There's a
that's how
lot
it
of-
was for my house too. Every single person. said it was
They
haunted.
swear.
There's a lot of haunted places in Joliet.
Yes.
Mhm.
Joliet is just like a haunted town.
Yes, it's the cathedral area.
Yeah.
His little snaggletooth ass. Oh,
This is coming through.
He's got his lip tucked
His
under
little
his
lip
tooth.
is dark. He's like,
You got that fucked up face.
but literally,
Why'd your face look like that?
everyone that's come to my house during that time was like, your house is so haunted. It's your kitchen. It's coming from the corner where the basement and the garage is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Zooming in with the camera.
he's such a cute.
Why do you look like that? Oh, there you go. You fixed it.
Oh, damn it. That was awesome, though. I'm glad I got that on camera.
Can I come in?
You can come in, baby.
With anything.
It's getting lonely and scary out there. You guys are talking about sleep
Demons.
paralysis, and I could have swore one of them tried to rape me.
Okay.
They were holding my tail down, please.
my tail.
I'm scared.
Scared.
No, sleep paralysis, I think, is really like your body experiencing some kind of energy or
Yeah.
something, bro. Because I'll tell my
Weird that I don't
story.
experience that more because I feel like I'm very susceptible to that kind of. I'm very
I don't
open. To
I don't
that
have
kind
those
of
kind of
stuff.
energies in my house, man.
No,
I
and I
don't.
wouldn't. I would never invite that into my home. But like, I'm just a very open person when it comes to like that kind of stuff. I'm
The
very
spiritual-
interested in it.
Spiritual
I'm
or
very interested in
Same.
it. I like doing
Yeah.
research on it.
You're a
And
ghost
honestly,
slut.
I wish it would happen to me more. Just
Ghost
for the sake
slut.
of-
She's a ghost slut.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. Like I would love it.
Same. I'm a ghost
But
slut.
I feel like because I'm so open to it, it doesn't happen to me very often. That is the first and only time I have ever
Yeah.
experienced
And
like that.
it depends
No,
on
I've experienced
who you
it a
keep around
lot.
too, and the house depends.
Yeah, so here's another story for me that's fucking wild. So when I was working for an art handling company, which is really cool, by the way, at the art handling company, I would go to like penthouse apartments in downtown Chicago and see
Yeah.
like the richest of the rich and do work for them because I would
Mhm.
literally hang like a this actually happened. I hanged a Picasso painting on an apartment wall in a penthouse apartment, like on the
Oh,
top floor in
bougie.
downtown Chicago. It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was one of the best experiences I've ever had working in the type of field that I work in.
Mhm.
And I would still do it, but the drive is just insane.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, I was doing that gig, and they had to send me to Ohio. I had to go out to Columbus to pick up some artwork from a art institution out there. So we went out there. We get to Columbus, and we're on our way back. Our company paid us $100 to find a hotel.
Mm.
That's not shit.
Yeah.
$100 is gonna get you like the worst motel
It's gonna give you
you
like the
could.
Congress maybe.
Like dude, like the bare minimum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was terrible. Or no, I think they actually sent us only $90 for it. That's all we had.
How many were there?
So we were actually in Indianapolis when we were trying to find our
Okay.
hotel to stay in, and there was a convention going on
Oh no.
when we got to Indianapolis, so everything was
The
booked.
worst, dude.
We
Yeah.
found this shitty ass motel that was just like not a place you'd normally want to stay unless you're like going in there to do crack or fuck a hooker. You know what I mean? Like
Literally.
not even Red
I've
Roof
se-
Inn.
I've
Red
seen-
Roof Inn is like
Red Roof.
Red Roof Inn is like a luxury hotel compared to the place that we were at. There was literally like motel rooms that we were driving by that
Rooms, too.
were fucking boarded up. You know, and like there was one that was literally shot up, and you could see bullet holes at the motel room.
Oh no.
So we get to our room, and we get in there. I'm with this other guy, and he's Hispanic. He barely speaks any English.
Yeah.
Super nice guy, really cool. But we tried to go to sleep, and we didn't turn the TV on at all. As we're sleeping, I have a sleep paralysis dream of somebody coming up to the door and knocking extremely loud.
Yeah.
And that's what like wakes me up, kind of.
Yeah.
But I wake up, like I open my eyes and I look over. I get the tingling sensation all over my body.
Mhm.
I could just feel it. And I hear the knocking, and I try to look over and see if the other guy's awake. And I see that he's awake, and he's just eyes wide open, like
No.
shaking in the bed next to me, like shaking. And I look over, and I see the door. Someone out there is pounding on it to me. I think this is all, it's reality. The guy was actually awake at that moment in time. The door keeps pounding. I hear the doorknob. The fuck is that? The door handle.
Yeah.
The doorknob. The doorknob. The doorknob. I hear it turning open, and it clicks, and I'm like, oh, we
shit.
put the chain in there, right?
Thanks.
I hear it slam on the chain.
Oh shit.
Somehow, to me, this person reached around, pulled the door in, and like slammed it on their own arm, and like was somehow able to pull the chain back. So then they flung the fucking door open, and I could see this person. It's that silhouette thing all over again.
Yeah.
And
Like,
I'm
not
just
distinctive face. It's just a silhouette.
just
of a
nothing, just a
person.
silhouette. It's like a shadowy figure just standing there.
Yeah.
And I immediately get like this extremely intense pain through like my chest and my stomach. And it just comes in, and it's like it hovers over me for a couple minutes, and I'm like sitting there doing that shit again. And I just look over, and I see the guy, eyes wide as fuck open, looking at me, just like he's got like the blanket up like this, like
He's
this. He's like this chubby Hispanic guy,
Oh shit.
that barely speaks a lick of English. He's just looking at me. He's like,
So what the fuck are we doing right now?
Yeah. And the sleep paralysis demon thing disappears, door slams shut, and all of a sudden the TV turns on.
Okay.
So in my head, I'm like, okay, was this all a dream? And am I just hallucinating this right now? I start making the noises to try and wake myself up. It takes me about 10 or 15 minutes like normal, and it's like extremely exhausting. And all of a sudden I just lean up in bed and I see the TV's on.
Mhm.
I look over and I see the guy that I was with, and he's just looking at me. He's wide awake.
Say you possessed.
And he's just looking at me. He's like, and he just closes his eyes and just goes like this and like kind of looks off to the left. And I could see his like hands still trembling. Yeah. And I just look over. I see the remote sitting in between us. I reach over, I grab it, I turn the TV off, put it back on the middle table, and because like I said, every time waking up through a sleep paralysis dream for me is extremely exhausting.
Yeah.
It takes
So now you're tired.
It takes all of my energy. So I just laid back down, knocked the fuck back out. Next day we wake up, me and him, we don't even say nothing to each other. As soon as we both wake up, pack all of our shit, we go immediately. And as I'm driving in the truck, I look at him and I was like, "What happened?" I was like, "Did you see that last night?" He's like, "No, no, 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 no siento," or some shit
Yeah.
like that. I don't know Spanish, but he was just saying no over and over
Yeah.
again. I was like, all
Well,
right.
people of the Mexican heritage, they especially when like they don't speak much English, they either don't believe in it whatsoever and they like run away from it, or they're terrified. They want nothing to do with it. If they pretend like it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist.
No,
That's
so-
what I'm
Like
saying.
superstitious, yeah.
Yeah.
Once we got about an hour out, I looked at him again and I was like, something happened.
Yeah, I need to hear you say it. Like,
I need to.
so
I
I
need
know
it.
it was real.
I need it. And he looked at me and he just goes, see. He's like, room bed.
Yeah.
So he was saying stuff like that. I can't remember exact
Yeah.
words, but it was like very basic,
It's some
minimal
muy
English.
mal type shit.
Yeah. It was one of the craziest experiences I've
Yeah.
ever had in my fucking
No,
life.
yeah, and that happened to Felicity and I.
Yeah.
Like, when the house in Joliet, like I used to have like after parties in there and shit with like Gio, Liz, Choco, like the OGs of the OGs.
Yeah.
They would come over
core of
after,
the group.
yeah, the core of the group. They would come over there in 2020, and everyone would say, every time I come in your kitchen, it just feels like there's like this dark entity watching us. Because like my kitchen,
That's fucked.
the house was built in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
And so the kitchen's just like, it's like one side is like the sink and a bunch of fucking like cabinets. The other side is like the fucking fridge and the
All the other
oven, and then
appliances,
the fucking windows right there, and then the corner of the room you have the door to the garage and like the door to like the entryway to the basement.
Yeah.
So it's like the basement was just like an open hole. You just like down like stairs to go down. There was
I
like,
love open holes.
yeah, open holes are great. There wasn't like it wasn't like a door to go down the basement. It was just like stairs to go down there. But there
Yeah.
was a door to get in the garage. And the basement was a mother-in-law's suite. So it had a full kitchen and a full bathroom in the basement. And
Huh.
so, and then like it has like a whole like living space, and then the laundromat was down there. It's called the mother-in-law suite.
So
You
sorry.
you make me want to go and buy this house.
And it's low-key fire. It's like
Yeah.
1,700 square feet. It's a ranch house. It's huge as shit. And so every time people would come, they'd be like, it feels like someone's watching us from that corner where the garage meets the basement. And I always thought this too. And so everyone was always confirming, it just feels like someone's watching us. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, I get that. And
You're
so
like, dude, I live here.
I live
know.
here. I started living here in
No.
2019. So this is like a year since I've been living here. It's 2020. COVID just started. Felicity comes over.
It does that sometimes. It's very bizarre. I don't know. Maybe it's picking up frequencies from ghosts.
Maybe it's like your lighter. And
Oh,
so
yeah, I hear it.
Felicity comes over. It's like mid COVID,
Mhm.
and we go to Target. We get our fucking wine. We're girl yapping.
Yeah.
She's over. My living room is set up kind of weird, where it's like the foyer you walk. It's like I have like a full foyer. So you walk the foyer. It's like the living room, and the living room is like the couch here, couch there, and like you can kind of see like the kitchen from the living room. And so we're sitting there and it's raining. And it's an old house, you hear creaks and it's like, oh, it's an old house, fuck
Yeah.
it. We hear these creaks as if someone's walking towards us.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh shit, I hear that. And Felicia's like, what's that sound? I'm like, oh, it's just an old house.
The
Don't
house is
worry
settling.
about
Trying
it.
to
The house is
downplay
just
it for her.
settling. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like oddly specific. Because like when you walk through your house,
you could hear
it makes
footsteps.
yeah. When you walk through a certain part of your house that makes a creak, you know it's
You
because
know what
you're
it is.
walking. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it only made that sound as if someone was walking. And I'm like, that's so weird for it to make that sound because no one's walking. And so then, we're still going on. We're like, let's watch Degrassi, the OG seasons. All of a sudden, I see a black shadow, like walk through the living room, the kitchen. I don't know. I see a black shadow of a person, like a silhouette, just walk. And I instantly side eye it so fast. I'm like, and I was like, oh my God, what was that? And as I'm thinking that, Felicity goes, what was that?
Oh no.
And I was like, she saw it too. Oh shit.
It
We're
just
seeing
confirmed
this.
it.
Yeah, it just confirmed it.
Yeah.
Literally at the same time, as I was thinking, what was that? She goes, what was that? And at this point, my thoughts were like, I'm gonna lie to her and gaslight her.
Oh, you're an
because-
asshole.
Because I don't want it to be like hysteria where it's like, oh, like we're freaked out, so we're creating or like a fake
You're giving him the
scenario.
power too.
Yeah,
that
I
way.
don't want to create a fake scenario where we're both scared, so we're seeing shit.
So you're exaggerating the
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, I didn't want that to be a thing.
So at first you said no.
I was like, I didn't see anything. What did you see? She's like, I literally saw somebody walk through your your dining room, and I was like, I didn't see that, so I don't know what you're talking about. Because I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, I saw a person, and then we both start feeding off each other's fears. So I lied to her
Yeah.
to see what she was gonna say to make sure we saw the same shit. And
Yeah.
as soon as she said that, I was like, I saw that. Because I didn't want to like be part of those like fucking YouTube videos where it's like it's fake. I wanted to make sure it was real.
Right.
And so I lied to her. We start watching Degrassi, fucking Drake's in the wheelchair and shit. And then so like,
Fucking Drake.
she's looking at me. She's like, "What?" I was like, "Nothing,
Jersey.
nothing." And we're like watching the show, and I go, "Okay, I'll be honest with you. I saw the ghost." And she's like, "I fucking knew it. Hand me my bag. I'm leaving." I'm like, "Don't leave
Don't
me.
leave me
alone." At this point, my brother moved out, and
It's just you alone.
it's just me and my handy-capable sister.
Oh,
She's not handicapped.
no.
She's handy-capable. And so this like she's in my bed. She's like in my bed because it's that we already knew the place was haunted. Like it was so creepy.
Yeah.
And so like I literally was like, "Can you please stay long enough for me to take a shower and get snacks and water and ready because I'm so scared. Like I don't want to do any of that alone."
Right.
Like, who wants to take a shower after you just saw a ghost?
Yeah.
Literally nobody. And so literally I'm like, I don't want to fucking be washing my face and then feel like there's someone's gonna fucking like grudge grab me or some shit. So she's like,
Daddy, don't touch me there.
literally
Daddy, don't touch me there.
don't touch me there, daddy. And so literally she was like, okay, I'll stay long enough for you to shower. After that, I'm leaving. She sat there. She refused to come closer to where we saw it because I
Mhm.
was sitting here and she was sitting there like on the other couch and we saw it like literally in the corner of her eye and she refused to move over there. So she was like, as soon as you get out, because her bag was next to me, she's like, hand me my bag. I'm not going over there. She like walked in between like the coffee table, like the side table and left. And she was like, okay, I'm at the door. Are you at your bedroom? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm leaving. Great. We both opened the door, me and my bedroom, her at the fucking front door, and we closed at the same time. And I did not leave until the next day. Because we were so scared. I was like, we both saw a ghost
Yeah, you saw
in this
something.
house. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit. And I heard a bunch of shit. Like, I heard someone like throwing shit. Somebody was like changing channels. Like, I woke up one day to my sister. Like, my sister would be screaming bloody murder. My
Oh,
sister's like
man.
nonverbal. She's like
Yeah.
literally severely disabled.
So she's just stuck in that
Yeah.
shit.
And so she had her own bedroom across from mine. Literally, like it was like mine, a bathroom, and then hers, like literally across. And when we first moved there, she would be like screaming bloody murder, where I would like get freaked out, where I wouldn't even go like console her. because I was so scared to go in there when
Yeah.
she was screaming like that to see what would be in there because I was so scared.
Oh,
And so then
man.
one
I
day,
feel so bad for her.
I
dude.
know I
I
felt so
know.
bad for her because I was like, I am so like I was so stricken by fear where I was like, I physically can't even go in there to help her because I am scared what I'm gonna see.
Right.
So one morning I woke up because like she had her own bed, like it was like a queen size bed, lifted, and usually has like guard railings because she's like a roller. She
Yeah.
can't control where she goes, and she used to fall off the bed all the time.
At
Because-
that only at that house or
Like,
just in
Multiple
general.
house, yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
she usually has guard railings in her bed.
Just
But
yeah.
we didn't have it at the time. We just moved there. And so we put her on this bed and she hasn't fallen off yet since living there. But after a night of her screaming for hours on end, I went in there in the morning to go check on her. She was missing. And I go,
Is she under the bed?
where the fuck is she? This girl can't walk. She
Yeah.
can't even all she can do is lift her head up and go like this, like move her arms. She
Right.
can't do anything else other than that.
Right.
I go to my brother's room. Did you move Dominic? No. So then I go in her room because I put my mom's urn in there. So I was like, oh, maybe she's missing my mom. I put her iPad in there to watch her shows, keep her comfort. I go back in the room. I go, Domine, where are you? And like all of a sudden I see her arms come out from underneath the bed and she starts like, ah, 'cause she can't speak.
Right.
I was like, and I look, the urn is under there with her and her iPad. How the fuck did she get underneath that bed with the urn and the iPad?
Where was the urn at in the room?
The urn was so we had like this queen size bed on a king fucking bed frame. So this bed was smaller than the fucking
Then the frame.
the frame. So the urn was on the frame while she was on the bed with the iPad.
Okay.
And I was like, well, I don't think she's gonna fall off because the bed is so fucking big.
Right.
But she did. So she had to roll off the bed
Bring
onto the
both of them
frame.
with her.
Yeah, onto the bed. And the bed is this way. She was this way.
Hmm.
So like the bed is facing this way. She was like this. And
She
her
was-
arms come out like that. And she
Oh my
she's like
gosh.
this. I'm like, how did she end up being like
The whole opposite
horizontal?
way.
Like
when
like
it's going
switching
vertical.
around
Yes,
like that.
How did she do that?
Oh
With the urn?
no.
I was like, this place is
It's
haunted.
It's fucked.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe my mom was like protecting her in that moment. I don't know.
Maybe
after
probably because the urn was right next to her like
Yeah.
that.
After that, she would constantly be in bed with me.
Yeah.
Like all the
Oh,
videos
yeah.
I have in my house with her in my bed because I
Oof.
was like, oh yeah, I was like, this place is fucked.
No, yeah. I would not let her out of my sight after that.
Yeah,
I had
and like
plenty of people telling me the same shit about my house. Like
Yeah.
that was the only experience that I had in that house, that paralysis time
mhm.
of like my house being haunted. But other people will come in my house and tell me
Yeah.
like, your house is fucking
Yeah,
haunted,
it's
dude. Like
it's
I'm hearing
unsettling.
voices. I mean, I'm seeing things. Like
Yeah.
the TV's turning on. Like just all
Yeah.
the things. And I never once experienced that in that house myself. I would hear like creaks, like the house settling or whatever.
Yeah.
But nothing
Yeah.
major that I noticed. Like, oh, this bitch is haunted, you know.
Yeah.
But in the house that I grew up, my mom's like original house. Um, sorry to cut you off. There was this one situation where I was in my room. I had my music playing. My mom's in the bathroom. She's getting ready to like go somewhere. She's got her music playing. She just got out of the shower. Like we're doing our own shit. I have my headphones on. I'm playing video games. I'm in my own world. She said that she heard somebody banging on the bathroom door. The bathroom is literally right across from my bedroom. So she thought that I was like telling her, like, hurry up. Like, I got to pee. It's been like one bathroom. No, dude. She said she heard somebody banging on the door. Banging, banging, banging. She's like, hold on. Like, I'm almost done. I wasn't in there. I wasn't even in here that long. Like, screaming at me through the door.
Yeah.
And then she said, as soon as she opens the door, she saw somebody run down the stairs, turn the corner. She saw just a ponytail whip around the corner. And then run, because we had like a same thing, like a basement where
Yeah.
my grandmother lived. It was like a whole kitchenette, her own
Yeah.
bathroom, her own area. my grandma was not home at the time.
Mhm.
It was just empty. And that's where all the activity would happen. We'd have people spend the night.
Yeah.
Like my aunt and uncle would come in, spend the night, and they would sleep down there. And my uncle will, like, after the one time that he slept down there, would not go back down there because he
Yeah.
was so terrified to be down there
Yeah.
that he refused. He would sleep
Yeah.
on the couch or in his car because he did not want to go
Mhm.
down there.
It was always like the
Um,
basement. Yeah.
Yeah, and so she said that
So ironic.
she said that she didn't see like a person go down the stairs, but she heard the of somebody running down the stairs,
Yeah.
and then just saw what she thought was my ponytail whip around the corner, and then she heard of somebody else going down the stairs to the basement,
Mhm.
just around and down. And then she heard we had like a second bathroom down there, but it wasn't like the best. Like the plumbing didn't really work that great. Like it was not really that usable.
Yeah. Same with ours.
And so, but she said that she heard me run down the stairs and slam that door. Like I was pissed that she was taking so long. It wasn't me. It was literally in my room, still listening to my music, still playing my video games. Like, nah, I didn't hear any of this. And then she said, she was like, dude, what is your problem? Like screaming at me down the stairs. And that's what I heard was her yelling in the hallway.
Mhm.
And I opened my door and I was like, what is your problem? Like, hello? Like, who are you yelling at right now?
She's like,
And
"Oh, shit."
she turned white as a ghost. She was like, have you been in here that whole time? And I was like, yeah, what's going on? And then she told me that. And my grandparents, my aunt, my uncle, they all saw like basically the same person. It was always me
Yeah.
or somebody who looked like me.
That's so crazy.
And
It's like
that's
some
why
fucking, like
I told you that
Native
I was supposed to
American
be
shit.
I was supposed to be born a twin. I ate her in the womb. But like
That's what happened to my sister.
I was supposed to be born a twin, and when I grew up, I had an imaginary friend named Victoria, and she looked exactly like me.
Like,
She was my twin. I just thought like she was my friend, my
another
imaginary friend.
V.
And I would tell my mom about her all the time, like, oh, me and my friend Victoria, we're gonna go play outside and this and that. And my mom would always get so freaked out when I would talk about my imaginary friend, but she never told me why. And then when I turned like 16, 17 years old, she finally came clean and she told me that I was supposed to be born a twin. She was going to name her Victoria and I'm Veronica.
Oh my god.
And we would have been identical.
And you didn't even know that when
And I
you
had no idea.
when you had your imaginary friend.
Right.
It's
And
fucking
so
wild. I
that
remember you telling me
ghost-
about this. Yeah.
that ghost that everybody would see in that house, people said it looked like me. That
Yeah.
it was
That's
me.
fucked.
But
I
I just
do,
had
yeah.
black eyes. That was the only difference. Was that
Yeah.
the eyes were blacked out, but it looked exactly like me.
Yeah, I do believe like some houses are more like beacons than other. Like
Right.
there's
It's like they're
certain
more
areas that are, like a-
susceptible
yeah,
to
And as
like
soon as-
whatever energies or
Yeah.
like frequency or something that it is
Yeah.
that can bring those
Yeah.
kind of energies there or something.
And when my uncle said that he saw this person that looked exactly like me, he was like, I knew it wasn't you because when I was younger, like I'm kind of an asshole now, but when I was younger, I was like the absolute like quietest, shyest, most innocent, like hi, like just
Mm-hmm.
very sweet little girl.
Yeah.
And he said, he goes, I knew it wasn't you because just the vibe that came off of this being was suffocating. Like it
Mhm.
was like stressful. Like it made you feel pain just being in the same room as it.
Yeah.
And he goes, and you're not like that. You're very like airy and like kind of social, and that was not you, but it
Yeah.
looked like you.
Yeah.
And he was like, and it terrified me to the point that
Yes.
I will not stay in that house anymore.
No, yeah. Because the vibe we got from my house, it was straight like Conjuring 2 vibes. It was like it was definitely like
Dude,
an
I feel
old
so
man.
bad for your sister, bro.
Same.
No, like
She had to have a whole night of just terror.
yes, because it's like
Yeah.
at first like it definitely was like some Conjuring 2. It was like to me, I think it was an old man. Like I think maybe an old man died there. I don't know who was attached there, but it was like it was the face of an old man that I kept seeing and feeling.
Right.
It was just a man vibe. It was not a woman. It was a
Mm.
man. It was a male. And like when we first got there, because like my sister has never ever been in a room by herself. Like, because like when we grew up, we technically had four rooms in our house, but my parents turned the fourth room into a smoke room. So my sister and I shared a room, and then once I got older, my dad was like, okay, Keto and her can share a room because he's the second youngest.
Mm.
And so we were like,
I could hear your breath really loud.
Oh, you can?
And those are very sensitive.
I was like, what is that? The wind is blowing.
Yeah.
It's hot in here.
Yeah.
That's what sucks about those
It's hot
mics
over
because
here.
they don't have the
The
foam.
one-sided, yeah. And the
Oh,
foam.
Joey
it's-
closed the window. That's why.
Yeah, I know. He kept
Skank.
closing it.
I think I'm But
Well, it's not even that you're breathing loud or anything. Those mics are just super sensitive. That's why I
Yeah.
stopped using them as much.
Oh, sorry.
No, no, you're good.
yeah. And so like when we first got there, she would be like screaming. So we're like, oh, maybe it's because it's like she's never had her own bedroom, and that's why she's kind of like, I've never been alone. Let me cry.
Right, maybe she's just scared a little or something.
But yeah, but then once like we started seeing paranormal shit, because all the paranormal shit would happen in her bedroom and the basement. Like
Oof,
we literally saw like
she was just in the worst.
like a demonic figure literally stand up from the floor, getting taller and taller and taller, like literally conjuring movie
It's
shit.
probably attracted to her because
And then like
it
a
knows.
face, like oh yeah, because like even in our house we live with our parents, we have literally
Whoa.
like videos.
Whoa, hold on. That was weird.
What?
Oh god, we're talking about it too much.
Yeah, probably because the tracking on my camera randomly turned on as you were talking, and it followed the movement of your hand. You can see the camera right now. It went from where it was at to like way. Watch the camera itself. It went like way over here, just as you were talking.
Dude, no, yeah. My mom says that we're cursed. So she was like, every woman.
You definitely have some energies to you, man.
Oh yeah, they said my mom would tell us like she's like every woman in our family is cursed, and I was like, well, that's fucking.
Apparently, it's just
great.
me.
That's fucking great. My mom's like, oh, I've been to 3 psych. They said every woman in our family is going to be cursed. And I was like, well, you're English, so I'm sure you did some fucked up shit to somebody back in the day, and now it's coming back onto me. And so, I mean, Dami's fucking paralyzed, and I'm me. So, yeah.
Yeah, but you're awesome.
Yeah, you're pretty awesome.
Thanks,
dude.
guys. I'll just never find love ever, but thanks.
You'll find it.
Yeah.
You're definitely the person that like. You may be cursed, but
Yeah, maybe.
fuck that. You don't deserve to be
don't-
cursed.
Look at
I
me,
don't
I'm
believe
cursed
it.
and I found love.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Like, I think it's like I think curse can be a blessing, and like curse can mean a lot of things. Like you can
Yeah.
be like you can talk to the dead. That means you're cursed. That can be
Right.
a good thing. Like you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Being able to speak to some of the
Yeah,
dead would be
and
And
pretty,
just
we've
fucking
always-
pretty
be
awesome.
yourself.
we've always had so many spiritual like things happen to
Yeah.
us. I think this is the only house I've ever lived in where we haven't had like I mean I've had sleep paralysis in this new house, but other than that, I haven't had any other ghostly, occurrences in this house. So
Yeah.
we're doing pretty good.
I actually say like fully saged myself in the trailer because one of the situations like that dude that I said that would pass out on my couch a lot,
Mhm.
he told me, and this is when I decided to just fucking like I was like, oh yeah, I need to sell this bitch. I need to get out of here because he told me that at one point he saw me, the ghost of me, the same thing that my
shit.
uncle saw, and I hadn't dealt with that since I moved out of that house.
Yeah.
And I had lived like in Georgia for a few years, and then I came back here like, and I had nothing the whole time I was in Georgia. No issues, no hauntings, no curses, no nothing. Didn't experience anything, nothing. And then when I moved back in that house and all this stuff started happening again, and he told me this shit, I was like, yeah, I need to sell this bitch. I don't want to be here anymore because
No,
he told me that he spent the night and he woke up in the middle of the night. He went to the bathroom and we had like this barn door that you slid like
Mhm.
sideways for the bathroom. He said he opened it and that I always close my door when people like other people are there, or
Yeah.
actually no matter what, I usually close the bedroom door.
Yeah.
He's the only person that like will leave the door open now, and I just do it for like a safety. Like I always close the door. And so I close the door and I'm sleeping, dead to the world. And he said that he walked back out to the living room, and I was just like standing in the kitchen, like making a meal. And then
Mhm.
when I turned around, my eyes were black. It was me, but my eyes were black. And then all of a sudden, he said it like freaked him out, and he like went and sat down on the couch, and he was like talking to me, like having a full conversation with me.
Mhm.
and that he sat down and he's like, "What'd you do? Put in contacts or something?" And he looked back over and I was just gone. I wasn't there anymore. And he said that he walked to my bedroom and opened my door and I was sleeping. I was in my bed, just knocked out. And I was like, yeah, I need to sell this house. So like saged myself. I
Yeah.
saged the house. I ended up selling it and moving out like immediately. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then I haven't really had any issues related to that whatsoever since
Yeah.
then. He's never told me that he's seen some weird ghost version of me. Like it's
No,
never been a
same-
thing since then.
Same with my sleep paralysis. Since I moved out of my grandma's, or haven't slept in too many weird ass places like
Yeah.
that fucking motel room.
Yeah.
I've had maybe like 3 instances of sleep paralysis in this place, and they've been very tame compared to anything I experienced
Yeah.
at my grandma's.
It definitely depends on like what place you go to and what kind of energy
100%.
they hold.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's like sometimes it's like, yes, it can be the person, and thank God it's not that. Because if you yourself was like haunted or possessed, whatever,
I thought that's what it was.
it
I
would-
thought it
yeah.
was me
Well,
because
well,
I was
besi-
trained
yeah.
I thought so too.
from
But
house to
But
house.
I've never seen anything, so
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully we're not speaking it into existence now, but
I don't think so. I think it's also
Yeah.
all through those times I was very like,
it was also only your family members
Yeah.
that that saw that.
Listen to the, like,
Oh no, it
oh,
wasn't. It wasn't. I
it
got
was
that wrong.
not. It was
sorry.
friends,
Yeah.
bypassers.
It-
Yeah, no, it was
it could be
other
something
people.
about the land. It can be something about the house. Anything can be tethered to
Well,
something that's there.
I think
Right,
it was
right.
because I was extremely like mentally and emotionally distraught
Yeah, that doesn't help
at these
either.
points
No,
in
not at
time
all.
that I felt like it had an easier way to latch on to me and that I was more like, oh, this is just like accepting of it almost.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, oh, this is my life now.
No, yeah.
Like, you know.
What if
I
it's
definitely feel
your?
that.
What if it's your sister that you're 8 that's just
It's
trying to
8.
that's just trying to crawl her way back to life, and she
There's a
only
movie like
can
that.
she can only get out through your misery.
So me and my mom actually had a conversation about this. Right when I like moved back out of there,
Mhm.
I ended up staying with my mom for a short period of time after the fact because I was like, yeah, I can't do this.
Mhm.
And I moved back in with her and we had a conversation. We stayed up late like one night and we talked about it. And I said exactly that. I said I feel like the only time this being comes around is when I'm like at my lowest, when
Yeah.
I'm having a really rough time and like I really don't care if I'm alive or not, like I'm really, really, really low. And I was like, and I feel like that's the only time that they like surface or come to be a figure or their own being or like manifest themselves whatsoever. And I was like, and I really feel like it's my twin. And I was like, because even when I was a kid and I had this imaginary friend, I mean, you know my childhood. It was rough. And
You
I
had a
think
bad-
that was the manifestation of my misery was my
Yeah.
twin coming out,
Or,
like my
like,
dark side.
Yeah, something
almost.
portraying itself as your twin.
Yes, dude.
It could be.
And
yeah.
it scared like when my mom told me for the first time that like I was supposed to be born a twin and that we were gonna be like identical and she was gonna look exactly like me.
Yeah.
It mentally broke me. Like
Mhm.
after she told me that, literally the week after that, I was so just mentally distressed
Yeah.
that I genuinely did try to off myself. I couldn't do it anymore. I was like,
Yeah.
something's wrong with me and I'm hurting other people. I'm scaring other people by bringing this out and I can't even
Yeah.
control it. Like it destroyed me. I didn't know how to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kept like going and then coming back and then going and then coming back. And it
Yeah.
was so scary. But also it was weird because anytime I would see this being or it would make any kind of communication with me personally, it never felt evil. It felt very
because it
comforting.
was trying to latch onto you.
Right. It felt
Yeah.
extremely like comforting. Like this is my family. This is somebody who's looking out for me.
It was trying to portray itself as your sister and that it loves you and
Right.
cares
Yeah.
you.
But
cares about you.
anytime it presented itself to somebody
To
else in my life,
Anybody, it was
they
evil.
said that it felt like it was the most evil thing that they had ever been
Encountered.
around.
Yeah.
But it looked exactly like me, just
Yeah.
with black eyes.
And that's what you should trust the most, because I feel
Mhm.
like those energies do like
They latch onto
they
your
latch-
weaknesses.
They do. Because
Yeah.
in that house, my brother and I have never fought so much in our entire life. We literally fought every single day. I told him it was his fault that my mom was dead. I was
Like
like,
all this horrible
yeah, I was
shit
like, you're
that
the
you
reason why our
never
mom
meant
is
to begin
dead.
with.
Yeah, like I was like, you're the reason why our mom is dead.
It,
You're a piece of shit. I was like, oh my god.
it's this thing that just plays into the worst aspects of your lives and just
Yeah.
amplifies it to the point that you will just do or say anything just to try and get yourself like out of it somehow.
Yeah, and
You
I
know,
was
so
an
you're
asshole. I was a bully during these times too. Like I was
Yeah.
literally a bully in high school
makes
because
you-
I was dealing with
It's-
my home life.
it's demons, it's bad energies, it's bad
Yeah.
frequencies, it's
Mhm.
these things that are just making you
Yeah.
be the worst version of yourself.
Exactly.
And it felt like when I wouldn't experience it out of body, I was experiencing it in body.
Yeah.
Internally,
Flashing its way out.
and it changes you because you
Mhm.
become that thing that you're so
Yeah.
afraid of.
And like even though like my sister's like nonverbal and everything, it even made her worst version of herself. Like she was like an empty shell. My sister's
Yeah.
very like she's a people person. Anyone that meets her,
Mhm.
they're like, "Oh my god, like your sister's like so happy, like
Yeah.
for what she is. Like she's just a happy person. She's
Yeah.
sweet. She smiles."
And during that time, it was
during
like
that
the exact
time,
opposite.
She would be awake all night, and she would
Yeah.
only want to watch Coco Melon. And if we turned it off, she would lose her fucking like scream. So she would be on the couch like watching Coco Melon, just a blank stare for
Yeah.
hours.
Honestly,
on,
that's
it's
how
like
I was
3
too.
a.m. And I'm like, oh my god, like this is like I can't have my sister be
It
doing
it,
this.
it sucks the soul out of you.
Yeah. Social
There's
interactions.
nothing left of
I
you.
was an asshole and I was rude to everybody. I didn't want
Yeah.
to talk to anybody. But when I was home, that was when my insomnia was the worst. I told you that I would
Oh, yeah.
literally stay up
Oh,
all
yeah.
night.
It's
I would be
all-
up.
I would
Yeah,
go
I'll be
to
up
early
all
bird
night.
classes, go to school, go to work, do everything that I had to do after school stuff,
Yeah.
sports, whatever.
No, yeah, that's definitely the thing where I was like, the insomnia was so bad. They would just be up all night. It was like insane.
Yeah, and I would just
So sorry the video cut off. My we've been recording for 3 hours and my computer for some reason automatically cut it off. So here's
you
the
done.
here's the continuation. You're done.
You're done.
But yeah, no, it was basically so draining
Mhm.
to the point that like the lashing out and the anger and the
Mhm.
violence and the rage just eventually started to fade away, and I would turn into just like a dead shell. Like I would
for sure.
I literally, and I think I told you about this too. I had years where people thought that I was a mute, that I couldn't talk because I just got so done with dealing with it mentally, and I was so just exhausted
Yeah.
all the time that I wouldn't talk. I didn't
Yeah.
see a point. I just didn't want to be here. I was just like, okay, like I
Mhm.
would not say anything.
Yeah,
Like teachers would call on me in class, and I would just look at them like
you're just like you're just like so your energy's
Done.
like so drained. Where you're
so
like,
done.
just,
Yeah.
like, it was like it was like literally like a fucking leech. I'm sure like if
Mhm.
someone took a fucking like spectral photo of you, it probably was like fucking latched to your fucking like
Mhm.
neck or
Yeah.
some shit.
Yeah.
It just like sucking your energy away.
One of my grandmother's friends, she's a medium.
Mhm.
She had come to me when I was a teenager, and she said that I had a very dark aura at the time.
Mhm.
She said that it felt like the shadowy figure that we see when you have sleep paralysis
Yeah.
was what was behind me.
Mhm.
That was my aura.
I feel
Some
like
insidious shit right there.
I know, bro.
I feel like almost the dark shadowy figure is like the personification of an entity trying to latch onto you.
Yeah.
And or at least for me.
I mean,
And
at that point, it did, so it makes sense.
yeah, well, I mean, you were probably immediately stuck with it at birth
Yeah.
because of what happened to your sister.
Well,
You know,
they
so
said
it
that
latched
I
onto that.
absorbed her, like that's why I
Right.
make the joke of like I ate her in the womb. Like, I
Yeah.
absorbed her in the womb. So
So
her soul, her stuff, everything had become a part of me from birth
so it was probably
Yeah.
just latching on
to that.
to that, all the negative aspects of everything, this demonic presence or whatever. You know, I'm not a religious person. I don't really
Same.
believe in heaven or hell or all this, but I do believe in energies and frequencies.
Yeah, same.
I do believe in spirituality. I do believe that there's something after death. And I do believe if something torments a soul or a person or a being so heavily that there is something left over after that
Mhm.
because of all the pain that person or thing experienced, and who knows what that other embryo experienced in the womb with you when you just basically absorbed it. Who knows what kind of pain that was, because in that moment that might have been a partial living being, and then some other negative frequency latched onto that and really tried to fuck your life up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it did for a while.
And I really feel like sleep paralysis is just a visual of something trying to latch on to you, because it feels to me like when it happens to me, it's like I have to fight to get back to wake up as my own person.
Yeah.
There's been so
Yeah.
many times that I've just immediately just wanted to shut my eyes and wait until I just fall asleep again
Yeah.
and ignore it and act like it never happened, but I never have.
Yeah.
I always fight my fucking ass
Yeah.
off to get up, and then I wake up and I realize everything's okay. I can move. Everything's normal.
Yeah.
Everything's good. And then I go back and fall asleep. But even the next day after it happens, I'm
Mhm.
fucking
Kinda tired. Yeah.
exhausted, bro.
Because you're genuinely fighting off
Yeah.
that
Those
from
energies.
taking
Yeah.
you over,
And
almost,
Yeah.
and honestly,
possessing
it's
you.
like
Like,
Well, mostly just latching onto you
Yeah.
and holding that. And I almost feel like my grandma's situation with my grandfather passing away, because I lived with both of them
Mhm.
for like 3 to 4 months. Never had any experiences like that at all. After my grandpa passed away, and then I broke my arm only like a couple months later, that's when everything started happening.
Yeah.
So I think my grandma was just in a very dark place,
Yeah.
and she could have
It's
had,
that energy, bro.
yeah,
'Cause it happened
yeah.
after my mom died. Like my mom died.
It happens after traumatic
yeah.
things. It
Well,
always
like,
does.
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit, this is our time to slide up in there. They're at their lowest. Let me get up in there real quick.
yeah, honestly, all
trauma-
growing up
Yeah.
was trauma after trauma after
Trauma
trauma. for
is
me.
is a very high frequency for
Yeah.
negative emotions. So
And I
it's
think
probably
that's why it latched on to me, especially so easily and for so long.
because you have a very extremely
Yeah.
traumatic childhood as
And it
well.
was just trauma after trauma
Right.
after
Yeah.
trauma, like growing up.
And that's why I think like with my sleep paralysis, it's so easy for me to get out because I've literally dealt with like such
The worst of
haunting
the worst.
experiences. Like growing
You
up,
feel, yeah.
our house was so haunted. Our dad was beating me, beating my brother, beating my mom, like beating everybody, beating our cats,
Mhm.
beating everybody. Everybody got their ass whooped in my house.
Right.
Same.
So it's like our house was always haunted.
Negative
I've
energy
dealt with
always.
ghosts always.
Right.
So even my mom, she was like, my mom was like, well, we're psychic, like we were cursed or whatever. I've always seen ghosts. I've always seen spirits. We've always been like around that shit. I'm like, okay. So like when we like growing up, we would be like, when we would feel something, our parents would be like, if you just tell it to go away and believe it enough to go away, it won't bother you anymore.
Yeah,
I took that
they would
into
tell
my
me that
sleep
too.
paralysis. I'm like, whenever I
Another
would see it, I would be like, this is not,
not
real.
real.
Wake up. And it
Yeah.
would literally wake me up. I'm like, okay, bet.
Sometimes in my experience that isn't enough to just say that it's not real, because
Yeah.
part of it is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because other people see these things too and experiencing
Yeah.
the same fucking shit that you see,
Yeah.
so it
Yeah.
has to be
If
real.
But if you tell that spirit, it's kind of like a
N-
go away, like you're not
So-
welcome
They're not
here.
welcome here. Yeah.
It's gonna like if you believe it enough, it's going to like
Listen.
it's gonna listen.
You're gonna shun it out.
Because you're not
almost.
giving it that
But a
energy
lot
it
of-
wants.
So what I've practiced is realizing the reality of what it is. They're partially real. They partially have an existence.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
I
I've
think they are
always
real.
Yeah.
100%, without a shadow
Yeah.
of doubt. But I've always reminded myself to, like, I have more power than them. I am here. This is my time. This is not yours. You are not
You're
going
the
to
one in the
change me.
physical world.
I know who I am. I know what you are. You are not me. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
So I've never really had these energies latch on to me to the point where they can have any control over me. I know that I haven't, because I know in my heart throughout my entire life I've made mistakes. I've done some stupid things, but it's never been with intent to hurt anybody that doesn't deserve it. I've always been a good person. So I've never been worried about, like, have I let something take control of me that has gotten me to do things that I don't want to do, or like blame my misgivings or mistakes for that thing.
Yeah.
I've always kind of been able to arm it and fight that fucking shit off, because I'm not a bad person. I know I'm not.
Yeah.
People say that like when you're sleeping, you're more susceptible to that kind of stuff
You are.
because when you dream,
Yeah.
your consciousness is going to a different realm.
It's
Yeah.
going somewhere, and they
It's
can
going
latch
somewhere
onto
else, and
that.
so that's what they latch onto. But also
Yeah.
because they're spirits or whatever,
Yeah.
you're going to their
It's like
world
the
for
astral
their dream,
projecting
right?
shit where it's
And
just
so
Yeah.
that's how they
your-
latch onto you, or that's how
Your
they become
soul,
one
your
with you.
spirit is shooting
Yeah.
off somewhere else, and
Yeah.
that's the time that they
That's
could
the
swim
opening.
in.
Yeah.
It is always at night, and that's
Yes.
for a reason.
I don't know if you tried this before. So basically, it's like you wake yourself up from REM sleep. So this is like a study they did where it's like, so you fall asleep, you set a timer for like 30 to 42 minute hour.
Mhm.
Whenever you feel like the
You're in
amount
your
of time
deepest
for you
sleep.
to take your deepest sleep, you wake yourself up, and then you go back to sleep. You would have the most vivid dreams.
Really.
You can't, because I've done this where it's like my sister would go to
Mhm.
school, like I wake up at 7 o'clock to get her ready for school. Her bus comes at like 8. I get her on the bus, and then I'm just sitting there. I'm like, well, I could take another nap. I'll go to sleep and have the wildest dreams I've ever had in my entire life.
Really.
And I don't know if you remember Raina. Raina would say
Yeah.
the same thing. Raina would be like, oh yeah, like I always wake up at 9 a.m. because Raina would be asleep till like 2 p.m.
Holy shit.
And I'd be like, why are you asleep into the afternoon? She's like, well, I wake up in the morning and then I fall back asleep, but the dreams I have are so crazy, I don't want to wake up.
Right.
And because I have these crazy dreams only at this time, I choose to go to sleep for that long. And I was like, well, and then like later on they came out with the study where it's like if you want to have crazy dreams, you have to wake yourself up out of the REM sleep and then go back to sleep, and that's when you're gonna have crazy dreams.
Huh.
So I told her to start doing that in the middle of the night, so she's not like waking up in the middle, like sleeping the whole fucking day.
Right. Wasting your whole day.
You're wasting
Honestly,
your
that
whole
makes
day.
sense actually, because usually when I have my dreams that I do remember, because it's very rare that I remember
Yeah.
my dreams, but the only times I remember them is like when I'm deep asleep and he wakes up to go to work at like 3, 4 in the
Yep.
morning, and then I go
Go
back to sleep.
Yeah.
Those are the times that I remember my dreams.
And that's why a lot of people are like, oh, I have a lot of crazy dreams during naps or like when I go
Yeah.
back to sleep, because it's like you're awake and then you go back to sleep
Mhm.
again. And that's when you have to. So if you want to try it, like tonight, like you'll go to sleep and set a timer for like an hour.
Well,
and then
tonight's
go-
not the night, but
No,
yeah.
any other night, set a
I'm-
timer for like an hour, wake up for a little bit, and then go back to sleep. You
We
should
could
have
try that tomorrow
crazy
night.
dreams.
Possibly. I just realized it's already 3.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I'm probably gonna just.
Pull that all nighter, dog.
Yeah.
Don't you have a monster in the fridge?
Yeah. That ain't gonna be enough.
No, it's not.
Well, I'm ready to at least cut the episode off here. Are you
Yeah.
guys ready?
Yeah, and like you can honestly like make snippets and make multiple videos out of this.
No, I know.
Video.
I
Yeah.
tried. It's hard to do clips
Yeah.
on your own. It's hard because there would be
What
a
do you mean
lot
to?
of.
Well, just find like a good
CapCut.
break off
Yeah.
point. Like when you went to go pee, break it off
Break it
there,
off.
and that's a whole
Yeah,
separate
or like
video.
or each topic
tip part
change
two.
can be
Oh yeah,
each cut.
I have so much
Yeah.
content that I could do that with, but
Yeah.
it takes a lot of time and effort to be able to splice it all up.
Yeah,
Because with CapCut on the computer, at least it's more complicated than being able to just like clip something and pull it out from the original video. You have
Okay.
to split that moment. Like let's say it's an hour-long episode and you want to take 5 minutes out of it. You got to go to the end of that 5 minutes and the beginning of that 5 minutes, and it cuts the whole end of the video and the whole beginning of the video to where you only have that 5 minutes left to pull out. It's a fucking pain in the ass, especially on a 3-hour-long episode.
no, yeah.
So
you're gonna have to kind of listen to it.
I've been trying to do that with more of my episodes. It's just so time consuming because not only do we do 3 hours for the episode, I'm also going to have to go back and try and edit or clip
Yeah.
the 3 hours all over again.
No, yeah. That's why I think it's like instead of making like a full like YouTube video where you post it, making multiple clips.
Yeah,
Where it's like, because I feel like each conversation we had was about 30 minutes. So
probably.
you can make like a 30-minute video and make those each clip, like each conversation their own video,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
So then you like instead of doing like a full fucking like trying to fucking cap cut each one, you can just focus
combine
on doing,
them a little bit.
yeah, like
So if we had like one conversation about one thing, still just combine it with another thing just to make it
yeah,
easier to split it
yeah,
up.
and you can do that, or you can just like cut that video and just post that, and then the next day look through the video and cut another piece, and then next day cut another piece. Instead of doing all in one night, you can just post a little bit by little
Okay.
of each little conversation.
I'll
Because
start
each
doing that more.
conversation we had was about 30 minutes long.
Probably, yeah.
Like if each topic we did, like this girl's
Right.
topic was probably at least like 45 minutes. of
Oh,
talking.
it was over an hour actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can do that as a YouTube video, like, oh,
Ghost stories.
ghost stories for, and then post, just cut that piece and talk about that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like, just focus on each conversation and doing it.
Take it one day at a time with
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah.
Because I keep trying to do all this shit in like 1 or 2 days throughout the week, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, if I even just sat down and did,
Yeah.
like 20 to 30 minutes a day,
Yeah.
just sitting down doing it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard because my current job, I'm already working like 11 to 12-hour days right now. So
Yeah.
as soon as I can get home sooner to start doing this shit,
Yeah.
focus on it more.
Even if post like for TikTok, like you want to post more every single day.
Right.
And if you don't know what to post, you can even just post like a small 5-minute clip
Of like
something you thought that was funny.
Right.
Like, oh my God, that one thing she said was so funny. I'm just gonna post a 5-minute little backstory of what she said. Part of what she said was funny, and just post that.
Okay.
And just take that small little 5-minute clip and just post it.
Yeah.
Like when we're talking about sucking toes, like
Right.
just post it.
Just random
It can be
stupid shit.
because you have all that. You have a 3
Or
hour
me
of
jamming a
content.
bunch of hot dogs in my mouth.
Yeah, you can have 3 hour content and only find 5 good minutes of it. Just post it.
Right.
And
Right.
then you can post the rest later to YouTube.
Yeah.
So,
True.
Yeah.
I got you, dude.
do it.
Honestly, I really enjoyed this episode. This was probably one of our best ones.
Take your fucking headset off. We're not doing it anymore.
The podcast, it's still going. I
Oh
didn't
my
end
God.
the episode yet.
I love a good
Anyways,
podcast.
I said when they're on the spot, they're the best because we have the actual on the spot conversations.
Yeah,
and it's so much better.
That is
When
what
we
this
plan-
podcast is supposed to
we
capture.
Gets boring fast because one, we run out of topics, and then we just cut it there, or we run out of shit to talk about. Like it's
Yeah,
that's
it's
why
a
I said it's so
spontaneous
much
thing.
better when we
I
just do
wanna
it on
do
the
a
spot.
podcast so bad because I'm a fucking certified yapper. I can talk for days.
You should be like one of my co-hosts, dude. You
I
should
would-
come on
yeah.
like every weekend.
Yes, and so my friend Justin, you have to meet him.
Okay,
Like he is so unintentionally funny.
bring him on.
And that's why I'm like, I've been dying. I've been telling him, I'm like, let's do a podcast called The Gays and Days. Like we're just gonna talk about like political stances, like
Bring
just
him on, and we'll talk
dating
about all that
dating in
shit.
the gay community and the
Let's
straight
do it.
community, like all that. Like we wanted to talk about because like he has the craziest dating stories.
Yeah,
He's a hoe. He's a gay man. He's a slut.
Yeah.
They
But
usually
every
are.
time I
Wow.
see
No
him,
offense.
yes, every time I see he also talks about his like new dating experience. I'm like, this would be such good content on a
right,
podcast, like
right.
controversial topics.
Bring him on with you, dude.
Yeah.
I'll tell him. We wanted. That's why I bought the microphone to start it, and then he was just always like flaky about it. So I just started doing.
I already have the setup, dude. This
Literally,
is my
I know,
12th
I'll
episode. Just
bring my
come on
microphone
as a
too.
guest. Well, it would be hard probably to match it up with this setup. It's really difficult. The tech.
But we have another one of these. It's over there.
Yeah, yeah. The technology for all this shit is really
Yes.
fucking confusing sometimes.
So
I'm excited though.
funny.
Yeah, and you're already hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I-
Imagine all four
You
of
think
us
I'm
in a
funny?
room.
You think I'm funny? Wait till you meet him. He's the funniest person I've ever met.
Yeah.
So
Fuck
funny.
yeah.
I'm done. Let's do it.
Well, thank you for coming along to Dodger Talk episode 12. It's been a good one, and I'm sorry for the long wait.
It has been.
Eat some more candy corn.
Yeah. I just want to let you guys know I love you.
Yeah.
I'm never going away.
Oh God, here we go again. I'm
I'm
leaving.
always going to be here.
I'm leaving.
I'm always going to be right here in your ear just talking to you.
Here.
Just letting you know what's going on in my life. It's going to be a nice, wet, moist
Yes.
conversation that you just got to fucking listen to.
Really up there.
Yeah, just roll you up and tight a little ball, put you in my butthole, keep you
Right in
with
the
me
crack.
forever. Not even the crack, just a full hole. You're always going to be here. You're never going to be alone.
Never.
I got you. Always, dude. If you ever need somebody just to listen to help you
Much
get
love.
through your fucking shitty day, I got you, fam. Don't even fucking worry about it, dude. I love you guys. Okay.
It's the love.
I'll see you in the next episode. Or maybe even sooner if I start doing shorter videos. But I love you. Yeah. Don't forget about me. I won't forget about you. Okay, I love you. Bye. Thank you.